the Discord.
It's in the Discord. Okay.
He posted it in the Discord.
It's
That's
always.
We're
up.
That's what I needed to know, though. Okay, I'll find it.
We're live?
We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second session of our game, Darrowan. Technically the first official starting of this new
Season.
Continuation.
This continuation.
Season.
Right now we don't have a Spence here. He is
At a convention.
yeah,
A fighting game convention as a spectator.
Okay.
which is fun. We love that for him.
And we're officially on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, we are now on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh my
Yay!
God.
Yay.
Hello, YouTube. Please don't call us cucks. Anyway,
They have no reason to.
I don't know. They're pretty wild over there on YouTube. But anyway,
You almost be on a different side of YouTube. Got nothing for me.
usually we do stuff with charities. We haven't really been doing it this year, but we implore you to go and support charities like the ACLU, the Trevor Project. What was the hospital?
St. Jude.
St. Jude. I always want to say Batson's, and I know that's not.
That'll be August.
Yeah. So
From August till December.
So we encourage you to go and donate to them if you can. Obviously, don't donate if you can't. You got to take care of yourself. But these charities help other people, and they make sure in these trying times that there is at least some pushback to what's been going on. So,
Why have I never noticed that Vernon has a giant white braid? It's so
In the bathhouse episode, like it was brought up, like I undid it.
Sorry, I love it.
No, it's like a long, like
It's a long ass braid. It's like.
I'm not Tenchi Muyo. I ain't got no rat tail in the back.
I forgot the bathhouse episode happened.
yeah, we had.
Well, I wasn't there for that.
It's so
was I?
long.
That was in Regisburg, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I missed that entirely.
that's when you
I was
were.
so sad.
That's when you were Spark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as we start back up, y'all spent the last session doing some role play, clearing out some stuff, and just kind of catching up with everything. So y'all spend about an hour with Morgul's crew to kind of clear out the stuff, and as the debris gets cleared out and y'all start moving, y'all notice a bright green flash and then a sprite where Dusilla used to be.
Dang, at some point, Reg, it's gonna be one of us too.
This is getting annoying.
She hit real hard.
Yeah.
Oh, so nobody's playing her?
Well, what we're gonna do is the Dark Souls thing. Like, she's gonna be a spark until y'all get into a fight, and then y'all get to summon her, like in Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Let me solo her.
Yeah.
Do I have to read a special incantation?
Yeah, you gotta say,
Hand signals.
"Get down here, Dusilla."
And pick your nose.
Drusilla no
How do you do
jutsu.
this?
You gotta get the damn hammer out and smack.
The hammer and the what?
So Morgul's walks up to y'all and said, "We're about ready to get started back on the road. Y'all better get back to your stuff, or else you're gonna get left here on accident. And you don't want to have accidents."
Are you threatening to poop on me?
Wait,
I'm just kidding. Let's go.
I wear a diaper for that.
Okay.
Use minor illusion to give him the thought process of the new Book of Reggie, verse 1. Thou shalt not shit thy pants.
Hold on.
I'm just going to go climb back in the wagon.
Just
I'm going to use prestidigitation
toilet
to make sure
humor for me.
that his diaper is clean. Just in case. It's clean. It's
potpourri.
clean. It's just
Poopery, yeah.
just like, I don't... Bless it, son.
so y'all get back
Me
into the.
bless it.
So y'all get into the cart. It starts moving again. It's rocking around. Drusilla's sprite is in there, kind of just in the middle as y'all are on the sides. What would y'all be doing right now, aside from
continually spam casting minor illusion to try to make Morgles a better person.
Okay, Morgles is in the front, you're in the back caravan.
I will
I don't
move.
feel like this works. I don't feel like this works at all. I feel like you're just gaslighting in the weirdest way.
I'm trying to tell him some of the stuff he
Jibbins
says.
is the one that is with you, like he's in the cart that's way ahead.
I know. No, I'm just trying to make him a better person because he has said some heinous shit to us in the less than 24 hours we've known him.
I can't find this daggum sheet, man.
Here,
I'm a year ago into this.
It wasn't that
shit.
far.
Well, then
It was just like earlier this week.
It's gone. We lost it.
I didn't know earlier this week.
Okay.
I've literally dug a year into our thing.
Here.
Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, it's loading. This is great. Whoa. Okay. Cool.
okay. So, unless y'all want to do anything now, y'all are gonna continue on the road. It is a bumpy but fairly large road.
Another hour-ish goes by.
Yeah, about an hour. Actually, about a couple hours because unless there's something specific you want to do, we're just gonna skip to.
How do we? Actually, I guess I want to go to you. With the spider lily. No.
Hang on. My tarot making check.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and do that real quick.
Can I aid?
So.
Yeah, you can
Since
aid.
I'm trained in cards.
Nice. Yeah, that card don't mean that.
I was doing
That one's caught.
like a history, like a
Either a history or an arcana.
yeah. Okay. 23.
Okay. So you're more able to sort of memorize and figure out like how to lay out the cards. There's a certain system when it comes to reading cards, and you're kind of learning that. Every now and then, Vernon comes in and just points at a card and says, "That ain't it, man."
Daniel, that's a club. Should be swords.
You're right. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, at some point, taking a break from that, and I'll listen to Reggie. I wasn't trying to shut you down entirely. I just wanted to make sure I got
It's
that
okay.
out of the way.
No, that's fine. You can't forget to do your thing.
It's gotta remember to do the mechanical thing because as a DM, I won't.
Yeah. I'll bring the flower to her. Hey, so this flower, we're supposed to be able to make it to a perfume of some sort. I don't know how to.
But I think that's what the Iron Feathers use to train themselves to smell undead.
Well-
Why are we wanting to make it easier for them to do that?
Well, no, the flower was meant to help mask your.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Why my
Scratch
notes?
that, reverse it. It's
My notes. I thought it was the other way around.
in case we need to sneak in somehow. We could mask our scent, our dead scent.
I mean, what? Oh God, what sort of a check would we need to make to know the basics at least of doing that perfume?
Give me an Arcana check or a Nature check.
Okay,
All
I will go with Arcana.
I can think of is on the Monday night game, Cannon is proficient in every tool set.
Do you have? Are you?
So we
trained in
just say
Arcana?
make a cannon check.
I'm a bard.
Okay, so
He's got half profs.
he's got half proficiency, but
Okay, Arcana check is going to total 17.
okay. You know that there, like, as someone who has studied like eclectic magic, strange magic, and old magic from the Velt,
Yeah.
you have heard of like making tinctures and perfumes and such that give otherworldly features or abilities. You can't quite put your finger on it. You could probably use this as a material for a spell or a tincture, or use a spell to create the tincture, but you don't currently know, or
Yeah, that's not.
like in your current spell book, which is not your original spell book,
Yeah,
you don't have.
it's definitely not in my
I
area
was-
of expertise.
All I was trying to think of, like, who might know how to do this? And I was like, we got flies around and punches stuff, stab stuff, shoot stuff, a current sprite that would normally hit things with something heavy, and
Although Dusilla is an
Shooty
academic.
spell.
So,
yeah, she is an academic, but also hits stuff with heavy
or
things.
with heavy thing, yeah.
But
so,
this-
so what I'll say then is I'll say I know the basics of doing things like perfumes and tinctures. Usually it takes like a high proof alcohol so you get the effervescence as it evaporates. But the thing is that we're talking about something that's going to need to counteract necromantic energy, and so that's going to require an infusion of magic of some kind. Now, I don't know the exact formulaics for that. Now that said, I think we could experiment. It wouldn't necessarily be dangerous. It's just a flower, and we would just need a high proof alcohol to infuse. But beyond that, I don't really. It would have to be an experimental thing, and we would obviously need more flour than one.
Overhearing this, what type of high proof alcohol?
No, I'm pulling out my mead right now.
Now I'm just
Dang, oh, no,
gonna-
oh, you got a vial?
Yeah, I got a big thing of this mead.
Vials?
I'm
Vials?
gonna have
That's
to.
not my type of magic. I don't carry that sort of stuff.
Bottle? Anybody?
Not my ink bottle. You can't have that. That has ink in it.
An empty bottle. Anybody got an empty bottle?
Can you hold on 1 second? I'm reading. I've got.
We gotta examine our.
You have
bags.
one? We'll just make ever clear from the mug that I got, because I got the tankard of plenty, and just pour it in there. Put a cork in it. There you go. Be careful, it will take the warts off a mule.
Understood. Anyway, so got this, but only the one flower. I definitely think it would take more than one to make this work. But
I would too, but I didn't know what even the first steps would be. So okay, well let's let me get a little stuff it into wrap it in a cloth and stuff it to my little belt pouch, so like kind of keep it
Okay, so you.
away.
keep this with it then until we find some more flowers.
Okay.
I'll hand over the bottle of Everclear.
So, if there's anything, unless y'all want to do anything else, the caravan is going to continue to go without a hitch until it finds a parking area it's a rest area on the road. You can tell, like,
Is it one with a scenic view?
yeah, it's a pretty scenic view. The
What's
thing
the
is,
plaque say?
it's like historic.
Who's it dedicated to?
Obviously,
Who
Shades.
maintains it?
What
Which-
old
which,
rich man died and put his name
Well,
on it?
the Palangar.
Officer Richard Hambone Johnson.
Which
God damn it.
which city auxiliary group?
God damn
Ladies
it.
Guild.
Which
so-
Girl Scout troop
Daughters
is
of the
funding
Not
this?
Confederacy. Which is racist.
There is no Girl Scout groups here.
Oh God.
It's the Shade Scouts.
No cookies.
No
There's
cookies.
no cookies in this world.
Oh no! Are there biscuits?
That's
Yeah,
all.
no
Table. I am
I was
lighting
about to say
things on fire.
There's a whole ass lie because we've already had cookies.
Yeah, I know.
They were
Yeah.
rebel cookies.
Okay, so I mean, it's a fairly scenic view. You're going down into a valley because Shadesbanevale is in a valley, and what you see is like a dip, and then in the distance you see what looks to be a mountainous area. Not a high mountain, but kind of like rolling mountains, like similar to like Arkansas once you start getting into the Ozarks.
You don't want to be here. So we're right about here then.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I gave Nate this, and I could hear. I heard Neysa talking, but all I heard was water being poured. But it sounded like somebody peeing.
God damn it.
I would just like to say
So,
that I picked this beer
y'all-
for the memes.
What is it?
Have you seen
says
Righteous
Holy Roller.
Gemstones?
Holy roller.
Oh, nice.
Because
I-
I'm a deity.
Yeah.
I keep getting TikToks from it right now.
So y'all, the caravan settles into a rest area, and you see the lemur folks start to filter out and start moving things, and getting the caravans ready for the night and going to like a designated fire pit spot, and they start throwing wood and like other things on there to start a fire. And you see Gibbons and Morgul's talking for a minute.
Y'all
God
killed the
damn it,
Vernon beast.
y'all.
And that side of the guards, they all died too.
Hey, Morgul's R.I.P.
It's the
Okay,
the
so
beast of burden.
yeah, just beast of burden.
Is it that big?
I mean,
It's like
they're
a big yak.
it's closer to a giant cow or a giant. So it would be like this, like it's like it would.
That's a tiny cow.
I mean, if I were standing up and it was this big, it's
Okay, better.
it's over 6 feet.
to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason we have the mammoth is Chris and I were going through the terrain because we keep throwing everything back in the boxes at the end of games. So we forgot we had that good little boy. So now we have.
Talking beefalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll bring y'all some stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. Make a donation.
okay.
Go ahead.
So you see Gibbons and Morgul's talking, and then Gibbons comes over to y'all and says, "Hey, I was just wondering if y'all could potentially do something. If y'all don't mind, y'all seem capable folk. We lost a lot of food, and we didn't have a lot of money to begin with once we left New Hope, and we don't exactly have a lot of food for tonight, and I don't want the youngins going hungry, so if y'all could help with the foraging, and maybe if you find something big out there that we could cook up, we'd be very grateful. And we could even help you out once we get to Shadesbanevale."
Okay.
I don't think that's something that we should object to.
I'm already going.
Okay.
He's going on a
Okay,
party.
so wait. So the
Hot bar.
area is like, you see the road. It's a rather wide road. You see the rest area where they're setting up, which is on the right. The mountainous area is over there, and you see what looks to be a stream or a river. And you can probably see it based on the map.
We are in. I lost it. We are in. Oh god.
Yeah, you're
Right in this area.
yeah. So y'all do see the river. I forget what I named the
Yeah.
river, but
Rowale? Role?
Raleigh River.
R-O-A-L-E apostrophe. Rowale?
Raleigh River. Okay, so
Raleigh? Okay, Raleigh.
so you see that. What would y'all like to do specifically? Because there's a few things y'all could do based on like what your expertises are.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't have much, but I figured I'd go with Vernon.
I
He's
have
got the golem.
4 survival.
Okay. Like
I'm gonna.
Probably need to roll survival to make sure we're not just stomping through the woods to scare something first.
Hold on.
I travel with Vernon, but I give him guidance, hand on back of shoulder.
okay. So are y'all just looking for anything,
Didn't
or
we get
I'm
fishing
gonna-
poles?
yeah, you do have fishing poles.
I think
I'm
I think
going
Drew-
fishing.
I
You
think
got the
Drew
scribble.
had it.
Well, then
He reaches into the spark and pulls up.
The
problem
pole
here.
I'm gonna
manifests.
summon Dusilla, get the fishing pole, and then tell her to
You
get.
you write
Alright,
on the
now-
ground
Alright, now fuck
in
off.
magical stuff, and then you see Drusilla come out.
You grab the little spark and just shake it upside down like a bag.
You're like, wait, didn't Drusilla have the
You
the
see me-
fishing pole,
you
and then
see
the
me,
fishing pole
like
smacks
talking
you in
to
the head?
Dusilla a bunch like this, and then the fishing pole just pop. I was like,
It's better than you just reaching in the spark going,
whole bunch of statickiness. It's like, I got a fishing pole. It's like,
the mustache is just sticking straight out when you're
it's
done.
just. Do you have any range weapons?
My crossbow.
Good. You could just fly around and shoot things from above. Do you?
That's what I do now.
I'm
actually gonna take out a
not the
deer.
gun, but the gun.
That's a sonic gun.
It's a pressure weapon.
I'm going as Vernon's backbone. That's the best I can.
I was just going to let you
Y'all get
borrow
me.
my crossbow while you're
You're
out,
not for me.
because I'll be sitting here
Yeah.
fishing, and I don't need
I'm gonna go for the mushrooms.
Is it a light or a heavy?
light.
Things like that.
I think I could do that. I vaguely remember.
I
some
have it as a
childhood
side
training.
piece, as a side of like a quick pistol, concept.
I'll take that temporarily, but it's not a.
Me?
Yeah.
I got the gun.
I do
I know,
somehow
but it seems
have
like it would
that
be
proficiency. I don't know how to come
roll
across
with
that.
Just atypical. Light crossbow.
Okay.
D8 plus 2. Oh, no, D8.
So you're gonna find the nearest stream or river to
Well, you
fish.
said we're at a river, so.
Yeah, you're basically. I mean, you're close. You see the river, and you're close enough in the forest that you can get to the river.
Yeah, we're just doing that. I'm gonna forage for some bugs and or worms or
Give
whatever.
me a survival.
That's until 13, 23.
23.
I got a plus 4, roll 19.
Damn. Okay, so you look to see what looks like pale, kind of like pallid color raspberries, and you see what looks to be a mix between apples and peaches. It has like the skin and color of an apple, but it has the shape of a peach.
Okay.
You find a good bit of that, like just going out through the woods, and as you're getting to the edge of the stream, you also see on the edge of the stream more spider lilies, about 4, like a little cluster of them.
Alright. Did I find any bait for the fishing pole?
Yeah, I would say that you
Okay,
get
that was-
like when you get to the
I rolled for bait, the DM. Here is all the beautiful fauna.
Here's a bunch of fruit and flowers. Like, cool. I'm about to
I'm
use
sorry,
raspberries
I
on the
was
hook.
going to my note. I was referring to my notes, and I just like what you said just left my brain.
It's cool.
Yes, you do find worms though.
Alright, sweet.
Like
Ooh.
you can choose to pick up the fruit if you want. Like obviously, you could like point someone out there to go forage that.
I'm just putting it in my bag because I'm assuming these guys are branching off to go hunt.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be with them. I'm going to the stream.
So when you get there, you notice it's a fairly large river. It's about Washita River size.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, and you're able to find worms and toss your bait.
Can I use the same survival for fishing, or do I need to roll a new survival to fish?
I'm gonna say do a strength or dexterity check to, cast the line.
Roll for fishing.
You're rolling for fishing.
Roll for fishing. It's 22.
22. So you're kind of like thinking about, okay, where are these fish are going to be? You can tell the river has a bit of a current, and you cast it out, and it's not in the middle, but you cast it out in a way that where you can just kind of hold it, and the current will bobble it a bit.
Sweet.
So after about, let's see,
6.5 days later.
I'm gonna, if I'm,
okay, yeah.
this is the type of fishing where I'm reeling, because he had a whole tackle, like you were reeling it in type fishing.
Yeah.
That's
So-
how cool this was. So
As soon as you wait about 2 or 3 minutes, and as soon as you're like, I think I'm gonna just like,
yeah.
you feel a pretty substantial bite.
Sweet.
So give me a strength check, just
It's 14.
14. Actually, it's a 15 because that's a +1 on fishing for that
Ah.
rod.
Okay.
Because it's Scrimble Bottom's rod, right?
Yeah, it is his rod, so I guess +1 fishing.
Hold on. It is a 6-foot rod, basic reel, ugly stick, advantage on mana fishing.
Oh, okay. So thank
Advantage
you.
on mana fishing specifically.
Okay, so you're able to pull the fish in, and you notice that it is a large panfish, maybe a large brim of some sort, but it's like this big, like much bigger than your normal. And it also looks kind of weird. You're like, this looks like a redfish, maybe, but it could be.
You caught a goo.
It's like it's off a little bit.
It has no
Okay.
eye on its butthole.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
He said eye on his butt. Now all I got is that meme of, look at my fancy butthole.
It's like the fish in Springfield and The Simpsons. You spin it and it has extra eyes just pop up.
Gross.
Still eating it. This is gonna be for the lemurs to decide if it's actually food.
I I mean, you can do a survival check.
The
or,
folks that have multiple levels of paladin might
Actually,
be okay.
you can give me an Arcana or a History check
Alright.
to examine the fish.
Can I not do that and do a different kind of check?
What different kind of check would you argue for?
I would rather argue for survival than Arcana or History.
Okay, do survival then.
Alright.
If I eat this, will it kill me?
I got 21 on survival.
Okay, you know the shade can corrupt and change things, but it's not going to make it any less edible. It looks like a panfish that might have been like, this area was only recently freed from the shade, so some of the creatures are a little bit weird, a little bit funny. So you know what I mean? But this is an edible fish. It's just a really big, really weird looking panfish.
Okay. Let's see, we are going to use...
And
Let's move by Explorer's Pack, Artisan Tools type things. I'm going to make a stringer, basically, which is really easy to do. You take the rope, you go through the gill of the fish, tie the knots because the fish is big, and then you put the fish back in the water and you tie that to a tree or something, so that other fish I can just string them on the same rope.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start that up and then continue fishing.
Okay, so you're going to be doing that. Nathan or Wren, what would you like to be doing?
I would like to hunt / like maybe forage for berries and those
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Okay,
Watch out for
so
those mushrooms.
first of
They're,
all, give me a
they can be
survival
fun.
check.
It's a 19.
Okay, so you're going in a different direction, and you find similar red fruit that you found that had like the apple texture, but it was also like kind of peach shaped.
I'm calling them apples.
I was going to say you
And-
can call them apple bottoms.
And you see what looks to be spinach, but you see spiny barbs coming out, portions of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna harvest it.
Okay, so yeah, you harvest it. I mean, avoid the spines, but
most greens have spines on them.
yeah, like these are fairly
Roll
prominent.
for poison
spines.
Yeah. What now?
I mean, these are fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also do find some what is it? Trumpet mushrooms, like really fat trumpet mushrooms, as well as you do hear some rustling in the woods. If you want to make a perception check.
Roll for possum.
It was Vernon.
It's 16.
16. Out in the distance, it's probably going to be a hard shot, but you see something that looks to be elk-like.
Shoot.
Okay, you're going to shoot it?
No.
Give me a disadvantage,
Elk-like.
because it's...
Horse-like. Wild hunt.
Well, we'll eat horse, that's fine.
Hey!
It's you said, was it an attack roll?
Yeah, it's an attack roll.
Ranged.
So that is a 14.
14? That does not hit.
I'm gonna take off fine, pull out my great sword, and decapitate it.
Okay, it is like 60 plus feet away, so you're going to be running for a minute.
I said fly.
Oh, fly, okay.
I guess.
So it still matches your flight speed.
I'm obviously not really
You
gonna do
killed
that.
my tower.
Sorry.
No, by all
So,
means do
you
that.
see the...
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's do it.
Do you get tired when you're flying?
yeah,
Because
so
the elk
you
will
see
eventually.
you see the arrow
Persistence predation.
be close, but it hits it before it hits the elk. It hits a tree instead. It just barely clips the tree, and you see the elk run
I'm
off.
flying after it.
Okay, you fly after it. You are not able to catch up with the elk.
Does it have 8 legs?
It has 8 legs. It actually is a spider. It comes out.
Spider elk.
No, it runs off. It's an elk. It's fairly.
Schleifnir, the elk, has not been caught.
But you did find some foraging. You can either you forage some things. You can,
I'll keep hunting, but let's move on to everybody else.
okay, you two,
Yo,
go ahead and give me a survival check.
I'm following him and giving him guidance, hand on shoulder.
Okay, so aiding or just guidance?
I don't have a proficiency in survival.
Okay. Well, that is a 16.
Okay. y'all are just walking through the woods. Y'all don't see anything.
We picked all the wrong
You
game
think that
trio.
the deaths had mushrooms?
Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Y'all
I don't
see,
think a 16 is finding
I'm
death
just
head
joking.
mushrooms.
No Amanita.
This ain't first edition.
So y'all are walking through the woods, and you're not really seeing anything of note. In fact, you're just seeing shrubbery, trees.
We won't. Really?
In fact, it seems a little bit darker in this area, a little bit more nighttime than it was just a minute ago. A lot quicker than it should be.
Is this a Phoebe Seymour situation?
In fact, weirdly enough, the sky is gray.
Did you eat something while walking?
Do
No.
I recognize this as the shade?
Yes.
We need to turn around. No. Please.
Alright.
You're like, I ain't gonna argue.
You turn around, and all you see is like an endless field of trees just blocking the way. It is not the same path you took.
Down this track, right? We went out in the woods. Alright, I need you to promise me something, Tolla. Don't trip.
Trying not to.
Every story I hear about weird stuff happening in the woods, somebody trips, that's when they done get got.
I will do my best not to trip.
Speaking of which, we'll take the giant braid and tie it up higher on itself so I have less of a catch
The
hazard.
puppet.
I didn't specify, but I feel like Arachne, who's still in Raven form, should and would have been following.
Yeah.
With my hand still on Vernon's shoulder, can I go ahead and pop into her vision for a minute
Yeah.
and see if she can find us, or if we're obscured from an aerial view as well?
Yeah, you can. So
As
So
long as
Arachne
she's within
was-
100 feet, I think is the ruling. Double check. That's my Raven. Hang on, I gotta go grab my spell book.
go ahead and give me a fishing check.
They're lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Y'all fishing.
That's a nat 20.
You catch a bass this big. And you also catch a number of like smaller, like a medium-sized panfish.
That's called a grouper.
Give me a number.
6.
Okay, 6. Okay.
Yeah, as long as Arachne is within 100 feet, I can see and hear what she sees and hears.
Okay, so she goes up.
I feel like she would have been following along with
Yeah.
us.
Okay, she's following along with you,
Yeah.
and when you go into her eyes, she is about 20 feet behind you or ahead of you.
Okay.
When she circles around, it is not the same area that you remember, but as she's circling around, you capture what looks to be a lake in a house.
The lake house.
And you
Wait.
see a silhouette of someone picking something up at that house.
Well, like picking up off the ground.
They're picking up something. Or they're kneeled down doing something.
Well, obviously that's within 100 feet of us. Can I have Arachne maintain a position there so I can kind of guide us toward her?
Yeah.
We are close to a lake and a house with someone there. Do we want to try to go there, or do we want to try to find our way back to camp?
Now 6 halfway. Another, you know?
I will point toward the lake and the house.
Okay. So y'all are able
We'll go the opposite. No.
I'm following him. I'm letting him choose the course. I'm just providing information.
Excuse me. Okay, so you go into it's not that long. It's only it's only about 80 feet in front of you. Though it feels a lot longer because the woods the mist and the woods have become really constricting until you get to this opening where you see a nice house. It's like a little cabin or log house on the side of the lake, and you see what seems to be a female figure picking up something and wrapping it up and putting it into a tube. Can you describe your mother for me?
Well, she was a Shadewalker warrior, like the equivalent of like a warrior queen of her band. So there will be a very slight familial resemblance, I think. Facial features, regular, build, but where Tolla is kind of gangly and not really very muscular, this woman is going to have a build like.
So she's like.
She's like a WWE diva.
Okay.
She a brick house.
She big. No, because Brickhouse is dead. We don't bring him into this.
China's dead too.
Oh, rest in peace.
But
That's
yeah,
the
no,
one I think
she's.
of when I think of like.
I think the newest one
Yeah, like
is
Ronda
Riot
Rousey or
Rhea
somebody.
Ripley.
Yeah,
I think it's
just
the newest one.
Like any of the '90s like divas, they had like the really good definition around their shoulders and like them hips that were out to here, So like that's gonna be her build. I don't even remember what I have her name as. Hang on, I'm gonna have to go and actually grab the.
That's fine. So you see that, and you see her dressed in kind of a more ceremonial, which you would know is a more ceremonial not really ceremonial, but like a casual sort of flary outfit for like the Shadow Walkers. Not something that you would bring into battle, but something you would wear, when you're just trying to lounge. Like, what would be the equivalent, like the modern equivalent, just.
She in a muumuu?
Muumuu might. I mean, muumuu is a little bit like. I associate muumuus with like older ladies, or unless it's like or pregnant. But
her name was Blade of Sunrise.
It's not a name. That's a statement.
The Shadow Walkers that I wrote into my backstory, they have like.
Their names are legit.
They're like Tabaxi. They're named after something or a feat.
Yeah, so she's Blade of Sunrise. Tolla's name is actually Bright Eyes. Like that's her given Ali's eye name.
That's sweet.
so you see her in kind of like a more casual outfit for her. I would say it's a dress with like a sash that goes over. Hopefully before
this individual catches sight of me, I would like to dip around a tree and immediately cast, not ritual casting, but immediately straight casting detect magic. I need to know if this is illusion or if this is real.
Okay. Well, let me.
It's freaky. This ain't right.
You don't get any illusionary magic here.
Any magic at all going off.
You
Detect
feel faint necromancy, but I'm going to say,
That's
with
shade.
with the caveat, you know that necromancy doesn't necessarily mean like.
I know it could be healing and stuff too, but
Yeah.
it's also we're like smack in the middle of the shade. Something.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that all that's
it.
showing up?
It's faint too.
Okay.
Like, oddly enough, like the shade kind of just registers normally, like you were in. Because the way the shade works, it's like it's just overlapping veils, so it's not necessarily some unique magical place, but rather like a conflux of different realities just hitting each other.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of tug Vernon back a little bit. I don't trust what we're seeing. I don't think it's magic, but that should not be. My mother disappeared before I was 10. And that was... This pause isn't in reality. This is just me not remembering the fucking math.
Wow, what, 150 years ago, something like that?
Oh no.
No, 100
Baby
and...
upset.
100 and...
Give me a fishing check.
Like 130 to when I died, so that would have added
My
another...
luck is running out. It's a
50 on
19.
top of that.
It's a
Okay,
19. You catch 3 other fairly large panfish.
What about me?
Roll another decapitate deer check.
Roll another perception check.
Quick. Give or take, how many lemur and us, like how many is in our party total?
There's about 15 lemurs and
15
about
and
6
5 of us?
kids.
Like, dude, the bass that you've caught already feeds everybody with the way he did his hand motion.
Like, I'm just trying to make sure that, like,
we
as
have
soon
leftovers.
I want to get to a point to where, like, this is a good amount of fish, but not too much that I can't carry, and I'm just gonna go back up to the camp.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, I guess 2 more fish.
Okay.
I will behave.
Okay.
So 15 adults, 6 children, plus
Plus
y'all.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, so, no, there wasn't a pause. That would have been 180 years ago that she disappeared. And she wasn't young then.
I thought you died like 1,000 years ago, something like that.
No, that was Wren.
It's more like 5.
I died like 130 years ago, but she disappeared when I was a child.
Right? In shade, though, right? Are we in shade?
Yes,
Shade's funny.
it is. What I'm saying is, I don't think we should trust this. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I think this is closure. I think you just go out.
Need it.
I think you need to go out there to give her a big old hug. I got to see my mama. I've been dead 25 years. I got to see my mama.
Don't let Reggie hear.
That motherfucker.
Whole time,
My
Vernon.
senses are going off. Like,
Whole time in the back of the
Somebody's
head.
mother has appeared.
I was sitting there fishing and smoking my pipe, and like,
Mother?
my nose starts flaring up. Like, hold up.
Hold on, he just goes,
Hold up.
there's MILF in the forest.
All of a sudden, my trousers are a little tight. What's going on here? Hold on.
Just the codpiece. Tink.
Tink.
Shit.
God damn it.
Ooh. Oh my god.
My milfometers are going off. It's great.
God, this hurts.
The seventh of attribute for Reggie. MILF. Or is that your new background, MILFology?
Okay. So,
Oh god.
y'all two are talking.
Dang, I'll go out there and speak to her if you don't want to. I mean, what else we got? We're in the woods. The shade came in. Your bird can see stuff, but not out. Might as well take advantage of what's here.
Okay, fine.
Okay, option A. We do it. It's real. You have a touching moment. It's weird. I don't tell nobody about it. Option B. It's a monster, and we find cool shit after we kill it.
You have a very opportunistic and optimistic point of view of all this.
I died and I'm back. I got to kill my childhood bully.
That's why I'm not sure that this is. Because here's the thing: is
Reggie's gonna walk off. Resolution.
if she knows how much time has passed, then she's not going to understand how I'm here. And I don't know if I want to be the one to tell her that her daughter is dead and back.
I can do it. I have found a way to be endearing to mamas.
No, that's him.
I found a different way to be endearing to mamas.
So you're gonna walk
You're
up.
just into mamas.
I am freaking out behind this tree. I'm not gonna stop Vernon if he tries to go talk to my maybe not mom.
Gonna do a whistle real quick.
What kind of whistle?
I can't do it because it'll set off my tinnitus. So I'm not. So just Vern's gonna do a whistle to get the attention. Have his hands up,
One of those.
He gets tapped in the stomach.
ma'am. Just letting you know I'm here.
And she's like,
Didn't want anybody to be startled or also, if you already knew I was here, just being polite to announce myself.
Okay. Are you going to come over here?
If that's all right. I do have one with me, but they're a little bit more trepidatious. They're going to stay in the woods. Is that all right?
Of course. I have a present for them.
Turns, okay, does this, and you just see the silhouette of the Cyrano de Bergerac nose underneath the hat. And it does the wiggle because I'm pretty sure you can't see the eyebrow of like, eh? Who? All right, guys, who's out in the woods?
How do you do this motion with your nose?
Hey.
A very good animatronic from Henson Workshop.
Jim Henson, you were gone too soon.
R.I.P. Jimmy.
Jimothy Henson.
I will very, 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 very cautiously step out from behind the tree. This seems even more ominous. It seems like I have a present for them. It's like,
We'll cast minor illusion so that there's a theme song as she steps out.
what the? How dare
Well, you didn't have to be so.
It's just the spaghetti western noise.
I mean, of course, I know who it is. I know whoever enters my realm, at least this portion of this realm.
Might I should give one of my names.
Vernon.
Shit. I was going to give him.
Tolla, how are you doing?
Unnerved.
That's fair.
Does this like, I'm glad I didn't say my middle name, then she'd have two of my damn names.
I know that one as well.
Shit.
Are you only going to give riddles?
No, I am not. I am just. I have been sensing a disturbance here. Something is agitating the shade. And it's brought you back. Which, for me, I think is good. You deserve another chance.
How would you know what I deserve or don't?
It's been so long. I've been trapped here. Just looking for your sibling, you know? And eventually time just melds together, but mother can sense when something has been unfulfilled, when their child is taken before their time. And I had hoped for something to bring you back. Maybe I could find something here. Even if I could not step back into that world, I could at least find something here to bring you back.
Pause one moment, because I want to double check something.
Okay. I would like to roll another fishing.
Yeah, go roll another fish.
What'd you get on your...
I don't even remember what
That was
Yeah, go ahead, roll.
with a 16.
Okay, you only catch another 2 fish. Medium size.
What was it?
Survival.
Perception or survival.
Well, they're both 18.
Okay, so yeah, you actually find that same elk. If you want to go ahead and take a pot shot.
Do I get 2 attacks? Do I get 2 attacks as a level 5
Okay, go ahead and take 2.
Yeah, you do.
Nice.
He doesn't even take a pot shot. He just flies really high and then turns his boots off and falls at the elk.
I drop kicks him.
You do like you do like Robin and Teen Titans and take a 5-story knee drop on somebody.
Yeah, you hit the creature, and you hear a loud, high-pitched yelp. Very funny yelp. It's almost like not a foghorn. What is it? The party horn?
Leghorn?
And then it falls down. And you're like, you walk up to the creature. It is dead, but it has polka dots. And the horns are kind of like kind of like
Barreling?
Yeah.
Oh, I
kinda
was hoping you're saying they were strobing, like he literally killed a party elk.
Susical?
Yes, it's Seuss. It's a Dr. Seuss inspired elk that you're about to skin and eat.
Be careful if you eat too much of it. I hear it causes you to become an adulterer and your spouse to commit suicide.
Oh God.
I was just gonna
Anyway,
say it tastes
Tolla.
funny. God.
I'm talking
I
about Dr.
would
Seuss.
I would like a point of clarification. The Une are
There's too many names.
the same as far as like lifespan as orcs and half orcs, right?
Yeah.
They
I
don't-
would say that
They don't have an extended lifespan.
they don't have an extended lifespan, but I would say they're a little bit longer. They're closer to humans.
Okay, but still, I'm talking. That was 180 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was already grown.
Yeah.
Blade was. So yeah, this. From my research from of the shade, does it extend lifespans? Do Alizai live longer than other Une because of their contact with the shade?
You know, some weird things can happen because when it intersects with other realms, there's other magic that can get interwoven. It's why things get corrupted by the shade. It kind of fucks with the reality of both sides a bit.
Okay.
So there could have been a multitude of things that could have happened to extend her lifespan, or she's a spirit, or she is something else.
This is still just suspicious because it feels like something's wearing her face. Is what it feels like.
That's perfectly fine if you want to think that.
And you can also don't you have like Arcana or something?
I do, but I've got detect magic up, and if there was any other type of magic other than the faint necromancy, then it would have already shown up.
Tolla over here thinking we're running into the face stealer.
I mean, it's weird.
All I'll say is whether or not I am back, as should have nothing to do with you or your goals. I am here on my own merit at this point.
That's fair.
Can you just... We need to get back to the camp. I did not realize we were stepping across a shade border. I don't know how I missed it. We just need to get back to our camp.
Certainly. You see the Inca over there, and she points. You see, like, there's a... You see something over there where, like, it's not necessarily like a shining beacon or anything, but you notice, like, kind of a break in the clouds. And if you've ever been in an area where you see, like, a cloudy area and then it goes into a sunny area, that's kind of what you're seeing. And you can kind of notice that as the anchor point back to...
Okay, so she called it an anchor. Okay.
And you would understand an anchor point as, like, places
the
you could...
gate between shade and
Yeah.
not shade. Okay.
But before you go, as a gesture of goodwill, I have been looking for your research, and I haven't found too much, but I think you would enjoy this. Having
What?
some of it.
What does she hand out?
She hands out what you see as like a scroll, or like a, it is like a, what is it called? Like it's a cylinder with like a,
Like a scroll case.
yeah. And she hands it to you.
I will very, very tentatively take it.
Be
Right.
careful.
Trying to.
And she just walks back into the house.
I'm gonna walk backwards toward the anchor point. I'm not taking my eyes off the house for these first few steps.
What you doing?
Vernon's just been quiet watching this interaction.
Uh-huh.
Also in the back of his head, I told her I wouldn't tell nobody about this, but Reggie would love this. I mean, if I told Reggie about them thighs, be like, no, if I told him about them thighs, we'd be pulling Reggie out the shade. He would dive in straight first, like he'd jump out his armor, like them old cartoons, just straight forward.
It's not wrong. I'm just.
If Vernon's still standing there, the closer I get to the anchor, I'm gonna be like, Vernon, we need to go. We're going.
Who else is she talking to?
Don't want your mama to go?
No, I'm still not sure that's her. Come on.
Bye, mama.
Ah!
You just hear too many feet. All right, I was wrong.
You hear, oh yeah, come here, little boy.
It's terrible.
Just takes my hat off. Well, I gotta take one for Reggie.
Okay, so
The
y'all,
scariest thing I think I've heard in a while is the idea of someone walking towards you and you hear too many feet than what they have. We're like, nope.
Gonna go over there.
It's
all,
like-
That
all
was
seriousness.
one of my favorite parts of Middle-earth Shadow of War was a lot of the times when Shayla in human guise was walking, you could hear the spider legs still. It was great. It was so great.
so y'all walk for a minute, and you go back into where you were. Actually, you go into you end up walking back into a grove. So what you see is various foliage and like what looks to be fruiting plants that you could pick off of, and a spring with clean water.
Did we walk through this before?
You didn't walk through this, but now that you're here, you have a better sense of your bearings. So you're like, you kind of have an idea where you're at,
Okay.
essentially.
So my plan here is now to pack up all the fish I got, because I am at 13 fish, one of them being a giant bass.
Okay, how many of the other fish has the giant bass eaten, though?
None, because they're on a stringer and they can't
Yeah,
go past
yeah.
the string.
Yeah, they can't eat the. But
Okay.
you got. If you want to carry those back, you can. It's
Yeah.
not a.
No, like I'm carrying those and the fruit that I foraged back, and I plan to use my storytelling skills of persuasion and performance, which I've got. But I got a +7 to persuasion and a +5 to performance to tell the most ridiculous fish story to all the lemurs that
Yeah.
listen as they take the fish and do what they do.
Okay, so you're going to be coming in. Then you
Yeah.
had your elk. You're going to be coming in
Okay.
around.
He's got a
I
field
feel
dress
dressed in
and
it.
stuff.
And it plays this. How I feel dressed with you.
This ain't right.
Just
Like the kids are actually traumatized.
I think
now.
more than
You
the
feel
freaky,
adjusted out in the woods and you bring back the meat.
more than the
So,
freaky
when
fish
y'all-
with the
y'all
eye in its
two-
butthole, that's gonna poison us.
well, we're picking fruit after a very weird moment. I don't feel like we're
Yeah.
making eye contact or talking
No.
at all.
No.
It's just we're picking fruit. I bet. Hold on, can we make tea from this?
And in the
And y'all do
distance,
find-
in the
do
distance
find
you hear
what?
And then we just hear that playing off in the distance.
That's why I'm
it's
trying
echoing.
Are
so
we
you don't
out
know
of
where
the
it comes
shade
from.
yet? I thought we just left the
I'm
shade.
gonna like listen to the peach apple that I was picking.
Don't-
Minor illusion, gonna make that song play from it.
I
So
throw it on
when
the
y'all,
ground.
you two get back to camp,
Gonna
y'all
cast
two
it
are a little bit
wah-wah.
late.
Yeah.
You see Drusilla's with
Yeah.
kind of playing with the kids in a way to like make their hair stand up and do like the little orb thing
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
hold up their hands and
Static electricity stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to add a recipe to my cookbook.
Circus elk stew.
It's gonna be clown stag and trumpet mushroom stew.
Nice.
oh no.
That's adorably sounds.
Nice.
Actually, stag and mushroom stew sounds amazing right
Yeah.
now.
So yeah.
Uh,
Y'all are.
Stroganoff.
I'm assuming that you're
Mushroom
telling this big
stroganoff.
story about like.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my
I don't know if I trust milk in these woods though.
I'm gonna use my pipe of remembrance if I'm remembering her name right. Yeah.
Make
My
pictures.
my pipe of remembrance to make to create pictures in the smoke of the fire behind me of the story of like me catching this ginormous bass and all the other fish therein all alone after I foraged for it because like I went out there with nothing and look what I came back with. I am
A god among men.
Yeah. So So give me a performance check with advantage.
Sweet.
I'm not looking.
That one. I've got too many sheets up.
I do like the cell phone character sheet, but like it's limited in like the magic ways.
I also have someone else's character sheet, like
This
as
is
another
true.
tab, so I was just trying to make sure I was. I'm gonna re-roll this because I have luck.
Okay.
That's way better.
Yes. It's 18.
Okay, so as you're telling the story, you're doing the animations with the smoke
Yeah.
and everything, and you're I'm assuming you're prepping the fish and everything as you're telling the story.
Someone else is prepping the fish. I'll do the prep work.
Okay. So you hand that to Gibbons.
Catches it, somebody
Yeah,
else cleans
I've
it.
given it to one of the 15 other able-bodied adults who
So
could dress
Gibbons,
fish.
Gibbons is there, and he's like, "Well, hot damn, we got some big old fish here." And he just pulls out a knife, and he's like, "Sing, sing, sing."
Yeah, he's doing the thing.
Hello,
smoking
Nugent.
pipe, doing the whole thing. Yeah, big performance, big ordeal.
Yeah. The kids are like resting on your every word and just completely enthralled into the story.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And
I share the clown stack liver with everybody, and it tastes like cotton candy.
There's just one little kid.
Oh,
and it's like all bloody on their
All the
faces.
kids are running around with blood dripping out of their mouth, going, "Ah, nah."
sugar high.
Did you hear about the fish?
Why did I imagine one of your two sons?
You should. You should.
Okay, so as this is happening, about 20, 30 minutes later, you two show up.
We finally come back, and the kids are running around feral with blood dripping out of their mouths.
Clown stag.
How would you know what the... What?
Tastes like cotton candy and grapes.
Just the
That
liver.
seems weird.
The other parts taste like grapes. That's called the lung.
Oh, okay. I actually was playing the circus music with the lungs.
Oh, you use them to make haggis from it. It tastes a little funny, but it's all right.
I throw the lungs at him.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Athletics.
Roll catch lungs.
Athletics. Okay, I'm actually going to say acrobatics. That's 18.
Okay, so you
It was
avoid,
slippery, but you got away
you
with it.
avoid the lungs, and then they like flop on the ground, go honk honk.
I think with 18, I caught him.
Oh, you called them.
Like,
I thought you were trying to
he
avoid them.
thought you were trying to dodge it, not
no, I was trying you don't want those to go to waste.
Okay, you catch them.
You use every bit of a clown stag from the honk to the horn.
So you catch it, and it goes. Bum, bum, ba-dum, whoa.
Huh?
The honk is the
I know.
I was gonna say the horn was the butthole,
I'm
and the
carrying
honk was the nose.
I'm
I mean, it
carrying
has horns.
I'm
Yeah.
carrying our fruit harvest over to like the sawhorse table.
Yeah.
I'm still occasionally casting to make the sad music come from somewhere in the pile of fruit.
There's plenty of fruit and stuff. There's a lot of fish and there's a lot of mushrooms and
It's got this
so much food.
Oh,
So
hot damn. Thank y'all so much. Y'all really went above and beyond. I wouldn't, we went out there, we couldn't catch them dang old clown elks.
stags.
Clown stag, I don't know what they is.
I'm going to go wash up, and I go to our cart where I can
Just
usually
so you
sit
know,
and
when we
see
get to Shadesbanevale, y'all can be officially part of the caravan in the sense that once we go to, what's that place we're going to the McFarlington, we're going to be sitting there, and they have a discount for the caravan people. Like if you're part of a caravan, if you're
That's
part of
alright.
so you can have part of our discount.
Is Morgul's nearby?
Morgul's is just sitting there smoking a pipe.
I feel like we just fed their whole family and in response they gave us a coupon.
Yes. So because of that, I'm gonna make the computer singing Daisy Daisy. You know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like have that just play around his head for a moment.
What the fuck? Oh, ancestors guide me. What is this weird music? Reginald, help me.
Dang old Reggie, go help him. Yeah, he called on your name.
What you need?
What? I didn't
What do
ask
you
for
need?
you.
You told me to come help you.
I said Reginald, help. It's
That's my name.
Okay.
What do you need? show up trying to help you, man. I've come over here to try to help you out. What's wrong?
I'm hearing
What's the matter?
strange things around.
Well, plug your ears. Now just walk away.
Cast in the smoke, be good to other people.
What's that mean? I don't get. I don't like empathy.
I don't like empathy. You dick.
The sound of a hammer being pulled back real quick.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so they prep the food, and y'all have a good night of fish, stag, and mushroom soup, or stew, and as many berries and fruit to your heart's content. And
oh. Sorry, I had an actual burp.
Damn, dude.
Don't breathe my way. Tolla, actually,
What was
I
that
found.
noise that followed?
Speaking of
I was going to say, tell me
Tolla,
the
I
dog
found
didn't join in on the burp.
I told her I found 4 more of the spider lilies in the hut. How many do you think we'll need?
I'm working on that. However many you've got, I'm sure it will be plenty.
Hey, she's going to need a minute.
Shrugs and walks away.
well, whatever.
I'm no stranger to the concept of ladies' moments, so I'm just gonna walk away.
God damn it.
Are you responsible for all the kids running around yelling about fish?
What do you mean? These kids have their own parents. I'm not responsible for any of them.
Are you responsible for the fish story?
Well, of course I am. I caught the fish. I told the story.
That is 5 pounds of fish, Reginald.
There's
I'm just messing with them.
I caught 13 fish. One of them was a 10-pounder itself.
10-pounder, got it.
I grabbed the fish's skull, which, if the bass was this big, the skull would be like a softball. It's like
I'm just also trying to make fun of Chris making like the fish story, like the
he
fish was
he
this
definitely
big.
did the fish story.
Fish was this big. I mean, it was really this big,
It
but it
was
was
this
this big. To
big.
be fair, a bass this big would still be.
No, that'd
That'd be
like,
a sizable bass.
Can I make Vernon a hat out of the deer?
yeah.
Out of that deer.
I'll take off.
Just roll. I would say crafting, but this isn't Pathfinder. Fuck. What would you roll?
It have to be survival.
It's no, it's. You can argue that you could do a lot of the crafting with tool proficiencies.
Oh yeah, tool.
I do
Yeah.
have the artisan's tools.
But the thing is, you also then have to determine which ability it is. In this case,
I'm gonna say intelligence. Just give me intelligence plus your proficiency. What's your intelligence?
The worst one he has, probably.
It's a 9. I'm just whatever it looks like. I'm just gonna go to
just like the second I take my hat off, I just have something wet.
juicy.
I just have something wet on my head going, I'm dry clean only.
it's
It's juicy.
I'm
There's
made out of
flies
felt.
involved.
just like some just
Well,
dark
luckily the
red
blood is
liquid.
like syrup.
It's not even. It's not even.
That
cut
makes
evenly.
it worse. I'm
It's
gonna
not
have to
even
go
cut
find
evenly.
woolite.
It's all like up and down on how much.
If
skin
I
is used.
if I don't do well, I'm gonna pretend like I wasn't making a hat, and I'm just gonna boil the meat off.
You're like, fuck
Hang on,
it.
you're gonna use
pretty much.
That was a joke
Ren,
we
Ren,
played.
you're gonna use them horns?
Why do you want them?
One of them.
What's the horns look like?
The horns are like kind of spiral, almost like the spiral candies that just stick out like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Parliament sticks.
I give it to him. I give you both. I don't really have any plans for it.
Okay,
But you're just gonna do that.
so I have questions. Those spells, they are on like spell scrolls.
Yeah.
So do the traditional rules for copying spell scrolls into books count?
They do, but they have an added benefit because they were some of your original spells.
Okay.
So you would get a quarter of the cost to copy them.
Okay. Okay. Hang on one second. do the same rules about you have to make an Arcana check to copy it successfully, and once copied, it explodes. The spell scroll destroys, self-destructs. That's the rules as written. That's the whole.
I thought the rules is just like you pay the cost and it's copied.
It destroys the.
It does destroy the scroll. Like
that's the whole problem with scrolls. Is once you access their information, whether to cast or copy, they disappear.
At the end of every scroll is, and at the end of this message, it will self-destruct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, one of my favorite useless items that I've been introduced to recently is the scroll of fireball. The second you open it,
Oof. That's just with warding.
So I'll say that you don't need to make an Arcana check if you pay the stuff.
Okay.
You just spend an hour copying it. And I'm gonna say you don't destroy the scroll, but if you use that said scroll, that
you
uses
can
That-
cast
okay,
it as a
yeah,
level 3 spell. of fire, so you can cast it.
because I don't think it
Okay,
makes
so-
sense to
I know, but,
like
like, you
for
said
the spell
fireball, you
to
already
scroll
cast
to
it now.
just explode for no
So
reason.
Wait a second.
Okay,
this
so
was the DM being a jerk.
traditionally, copying a divination scroll or a divination something into my book
It's half.
is already half. But I'd already written out copying div from my book into another copy of my book. That would be what category I'm using for
Yeah.
this, essentially. Okay, cool.
So you're able to copy these spells with a pretty small price.
Awesome. Okay. Other question then becomes the ceremonial bowl. That's not something that I have access to right now. That's something I'll need to find somewhere and purchase.
I think if you ask around, you might be able to find it. Yeah.
You got one of those.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. Well,
You are with a trade caravan, just to give you a head.
yeah, but they did kind of get most of their shit stolen and wrecked. So, okay. No, I will feel slightly less suspicious and a little more grateful to the mysterious, maybe not my mom, maybe my mom that was in the Shade Woods. But I will very, very carefully tuck that scroll case deep into my bedroll, for the time being, and then go get some dinner.
Okay, so yeah, you have your pick of dinner from fish to stew
I'm going
to.
fish. The weird Staganoff is weirding me out. It's too much weird for one day.
Honestly, it tastes a little bit like blueberries.
About the spider lilies,
Actually, blueberry.
we need a few more ingredients. I did manage to recover a memory of how to do that.
That's fun.
We need a bowl, a ceremonial quality bowl. It should be worth about 20 gold pieces or more to ensure its quality.
What about cast iron cauldron?
I mean, cast iron is expensive now.
Wait, there should be there should be a rating for that, right? Hang on.
I don't know.
Hang on. We're gonna. How big of a? You got a soup? It's a soup.
Have you ever
right?
been to Harbor Drake?
I thought maybe
Listen,
it
I
was
have
like delicious.
I have an iron pot, but I don't think that's gonna work.
Hang
It's
on.
like, oh damn, it's only
Or
worth
Jurassic
19
Supply?
gold. Fuck.
Tarask.
Is it using the iron pot?
I don't know. Chris told me I
stats?
had it.
It's not the Cauldron of Rebirth.
It's definitely not that.
And it's not Igwulf's Cauldron.
Was it a?
I don't know. I think it's just like the cauldron he made the stew out of originally. Billion.
Yeah.
And I took it.
It's a cast iron pot.
Yeah.
You know what? It is from
Hold
the
on, is it-
Commonwealth, and it's a very nice.
Hold on, is it Lodge?
Oh, it's
If it's
see, that's
lodge.
a whole different category. That's a whole different beast.
We
there.
let all the southern out
Wait.
in one moment in the
Was
game.
there
It's
a metal it
cast
needed to be
iron.
made out of?
What?
Was it just worth that much, or did it need a?
What you wrote down says a ceremonial bowl worth at least 20 gold that is not consumed when casting.
Okay, so
He's got to roll to see how much that pot's worth.
Okay.
It's
when
fine.
you appraise his cauldron, you believe that could work.
And it is a ceremonial one. It's just what I cook our dinner in.
Yeah.
It's used for ceremonies every day. I'm just arguing.
Oh, hold up. Dinner's not a ceremony. That's just something we do. Don't touch my lips.
I don't.
The giant fucking
You don't-
moon.
We don't have those, Reginald. We're puppets.
Well, give me could try it in the morning and see if it works. Okay. So I will take a plate of fish and fruit and go back to the cart so I can work on copying.
This dinner sounds delightful. A bunch of grilled fish and fruit, and maybe
does sound
stew
good.
if you want to eat something hearty. Like, this is nice. Well,
So with all the kids that are
Like,
running around on a sugar high, I will use minor illusions on repeat while look, I
liver
got
high.
to where it's just like showing like basically I'm gonna start doing the equivalent of what I do with my child. Put a video on that plays low, slow music to start calming them down. Be like, all right,
Time to stop.
more or less, it's like bedtime's like an hour from now, but you are jacked up like a fucking monkey on Mountain Dew.
I'll start playing circus music with balloons.
Hold up. Let's do the opposite.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, so what were you saying?
You're like, I want to go to sleep.
The place where we got all the fruit that we picked up. You said there was a spring there.
Yeah.
Before we left, would we have filled some water skin from that spring?
Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
It's
I
it's
also
spring
added
water.
grain alcohol just
I
because,
see.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
So going to like to make a drink for the children to get them ready for bed because it's time to go to sleep. So here's the idea.
He's making Dime a Tap.
Shut up. Here's the idea. I'm going to use some kind of sweetener, like some honey or flour or something like that, and then mix it with water and like just a shot or so of the mead, like the really strong mead that you gave me in episode 1. To try to mix up something that's like there's alcohol here, but it's also very sweet and they'd want to drink it, and to kind of
Sleepy toddy.
so you give them a sleepy toddy, and then I'd like to tell them all a story.
It's fantasy. It's not real.
I'd like to tell them all a story. Also, I come from a different age.
I come from a different time.
You know, this is Hewitt doing this because I legit
Okay.
was a kid. Like my sister had a snotty nose.
Toddy.
My dad gave her Dime a Tap,
Yeah,
and then gave. All right, now we don't want you getting sick. And gave me Dime a Tap. So like by 6:30,
100%.
both of us are asleep.
This kind of stuff happens. So the idea would be to tell them a story that it doesn't like really excite them, but is like something they pay attention to, while also doing the prestidigitation of lavender to kind of
Tolla dies.
Neysa dies. Tolla's fine.
yeah. So the kids were just all like a little drunk. Slow story. Nice smells. Just gonna lay down.
Yeah, so that happens, and the kids eventually start falling asleep, and you see the adult lemur folks start to filter out, get the kids, put them into the caravans and everything.
Every time a kid is picked up by an adult, I do a quick nod and go, "You're welcome. You're welcome."
One of them looks you dead in the face. They have an alcohol allergy.
You're welcome.
Gotta go give them the epinephrine.
Oh God!
No. So yeah, that happens.
A child.
Yeah.
To save their life.
What?
I know it's lesbian if you do.
Just chiming in real
It's a
quick.
tracheotomy, okay?
That's worse.
Okay, so
See, when I edit this later, it's just gonna be Nate looking at you. Did you just stab a child? And just gonna go on to the next thing. No.
No one recognizes what Nate just said. We're just gonna move on.
okay, so and what would y'all like to do as they're filtering and going to bed? What would y'all like to do? I mean, y'all can go to bed and just
I'm gonna walk up to the crew while picking my teeth with one of the big rib bones, one of the fish I caught. All right, well, we gotta set up a watch or going to sleep. What's the game plan here, crew?
I'll take first watch.
stood up with him. I got to work on something anyway.
All right.
So I will use, since we're all going to rest, I will use one of my spells to cast Magic Elixir, which allows me to create. Let me go double check because I think it might be 2, not just 1. I'm sorry, riveting, I know. Having to double check things.
I can't believe this, Hewitt.
I shorthand on all my magic cards, and then it's been a year.
I've got some magic cards, but they're
Yeah, I got
just
some magic
back.
cards. I just got some magic cards. Yeah. You know, I traded in some of my magic cards yesterday and got like a collector's bundle. And I was like,
Back in the day, right? And it's just side story for the viewers. Back in the day, pre-internet, before internet was on everybody's phone, there was a guy here in town, Clint. He had
Rest his soul.
Rest his soul. But Clint from Clint's Comics would
Love
roll
that.
the dice with you all the time on the concept of you opening a pack. You open up a pack of magic cards, and then he would let you trade in that rare for a new pack. And he's just rolling the dice with you. So you open the pack and be like, this isn't the rare I wanted. You can give the rare to Clint and he'll let you have another pack. And so we'd go in there with like, how about $10 worth of magic cards. Open them all up,
One
like,
pack.
I don't want this one, or this one. 3 more packs.
back
I
in
don't
the
want this
day
one,
when
or
the
this one.
packs were like 99 cents.
No, this was not then.
This is back $3, $3.50.
This was not 99-cent days, but this was where the only way to look up the price of a card was a magazine that came out once a month day.
Yeah, okay.
And so it was like it would be like the new set. There's no telling what any of these cards are actually worth yet. And so he's just rolling the dice like, I'll collect lots of rares and see what happens. And you get to go dig for the card you want through all these packs. I'm like, yes, please. Had every common and uncommon from Lorwyn and 10th edition and Morningtide. Like, that's all the commons and uncommons and like 8 rares.
Okay, so what it is, I'm going to use both my spell slots to produce 2. 2d4 plus my spell casting modifier, which would be, so 2d4 plus 4, create 2 healing potions.
Okay.
It takes me a minute, or it takes me 2 minutes to cast a spell. But while I'm on watch with them, I'm going to do that and hand them both to him.
2 healing potions?
Yep. 2 basic
Okay.
ones. And look out, dang all, they stay good for about 24 hours, so
Okay. Thank you.
just in case you get hit a bit.
I do get hit a lot.
Okay, so give me a perception check, Nate.
Okay.
Do I need to do one as well? Since
Yeah.
it's only 2 minutes. You know what? Glitter dice, you have not been really.
I'm sorry, I looked.
No, it's. The problem with this is it gets cocked so easy if it hits the side. You were way worse than what the cocked one was, so I don't see shit.
So
I got a grand total of a 7.
y'all hear the occasional hooting of owls, the wind blowing. You smell the smell of the dying campfire.
I guess I'm sure, but do you want being purple flavored or like strawberry?
Purple's a fruit.
Yeah, you know, there's lime, lemon, strawberry, blue, and purple.
I'll take the purple.
So y'all don't see anything of note as your watch comes to an end. Were y'all taking watches or?
Yeah.
Toward the morning.
Yeah.
I'll take the second watch
Okay.
with my trusty spark companion.
So yeah, Dusilla is just gonna. So go ahead, give me a.
I don't need to roll 2 dice, should I? What am I rolling? Perception?
Yeah.
12.
So you see about the same thing, and then you get spooked for a second, and all it is a bunch of clown stags jumping out of the woods and going to the other side of the road.
I drew it with like clown feet.
With the big shoes.
Yeah.
Can Dusilla assist me in perception?
She has a round technically, so yeah.
Yeah. Or I could just roll for her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Roll for
Maybe
her.
fighting a nap. So it sounds like she's fighting a
It
nap.
does. When she saw me, she was like, "Who are you and why are you so huge?"
What are you doing?
What's funny is when she sees Moose, because the last time
Oh,
she
yeah.
saw
She didn't see
Moose,
anything.
she just put those
So
arms
you
down
don't
like
see
this and
anything of
cocked her
note
head to the
aside
side
from
and
clown
stank eyed him.
stags, migrating through the woods.
Cool.
Yeah, your
Hello,
watch
welcome.
comes to an end.
What are you doing?
He's over here looking at you going, Mother, how do magnets work?
I send Dusilla in to wake Tolla.
I get zapped awake? How dare?
Well, I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, just like walking into your sleeping area. I assume you're sleeping in like one of the.
I feel like
Parts.
she would have made a hammock across one of the carts. Like the cart we're in, she would have like catty cornered a hammock while like I just see him sprawled out all over the bottom, and then
Yeah.
Vernon, he's a Muppet, so he's just curled up in a trunk.
Just in an actual trunk.
No, we don't have room for that.
He has a suitcase in his bag of holding that he just sleeps in.
Steamer trunk.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I
give
did switch out my glamour weave to be the jammies with the butt flap.
Can Drusilla Wisp also take watch with me because I only have a +1 perception.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's
Go
her
ahead.
What's her plus?
On perception,
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
4.
Okay, my roll is a 14, and Drusilla got a 17. That's 2 13s. Huh.
13 could be a lucky number.
Usually it's for my family.
You don't really see too much. As the firelight or the light from the fire is dying down, the sun is starting to peek over. You see the sky start to change a bit. You just hear the morning birds start to sing, and a couple, not all of them, but a couple of lemur folk are starting to come out. You know, trying to restart the fire. They got their percolators out. They're trying to get their morning coffee. You don't see much of anything. And on that note, as we start a new day, we're going to take a break.
That's mine.
I
We're
know.
back. We're back.
Oh, we're back. Hello, welcome
Hasn't
back.
earned it yet.
So, last we left off, y'all were taking a rest. Y'all didn't have an eventful night aside from some clown stag jumping out of the woods. And now, y'all are in your daily or your morning preparations.
I'm gonna roll up my portents for the day.
Tankard
I
of
got it.
Plenty is definitely full of coffee.
8 and a 12.
I also have a.
Is it just like black coffee?
No, Vernon actually adds like cream and sugar to his. It's like cafe au lait is in there, but he has a little metal straw because it's really hard to drink shit when your nose is.
Right.
I also have a bottle of. I have a bottle of Boundless
Sliver of
coffee.
Stag liver on the outside of it.
Mhm.
I sweeten it with the candied stag liver.
That's gross.
Coffee. I know.
Sees him, does it, still just goes, now it's way too early, just gonna go ahead and just drinks.
Once Wren's awake, your pot, your lilies, and you have some of the spring water left from yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna combine that with the
5 lilies.
stuffing stuff.
Yeah.
The
I
alcohol.
think the duration on that is off too, but I'll let you know.
Casting time is a minute ritual, and duration is an hour up to 8
Should be
targets.
at 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
I no longer have spider lilies.
Well, when you hand me the 5, I'll say just the older one for now. This is just the recipe should just be 1, so we can save the others, dry them for later use.
Let me just write this back into my thing.
And as far as the this final ingredient, prick of blood of the dead, am I interpreting that to mean one of us?
Prick my finger and it's yarn.
Okay. Then.
No,
then
no,
for-
scissors.
once I've got
If you pull too much, you watch Vernon just go.
I've got the lily,
I'll sew you back together.
I'm also gonna pull incense from my components that I had for Find Familiar, so
Yeah.
I need to get some more stash there. But I'll get that and combine the spider lily, the incense, the spring water, our alcohol, and then last but not least, I'll prick my finger and drop a flick of blood in there, and then kind of just stir it really, really gently around and see what happens.
Okay. So as you're doing that, you're following the ritual of the spell into the cauldron, and you see it first emulsify into like kind of a thin red liquid before it dissipates. Now, who are all the targets right now?
For now, myself, Vernon, Reggie, Wren, Wisp.
Okay, so
For now,
The wisp just becomes a fireball the second you hit him with perfume.
yeah. So you see the as the spell finishes, you see the liquid quickly dissipate, and you don't smell anything. You don't feel any different. The only real difference, like maybe y'all's skin looks a little bit more vibrant. You know, a little bit more flush.
Dang, I'm, more like magenta now.
look like my furry arm, my furry Muppet arms have been recently washed and OxyClean. It's just popping with color.
Okay, so theoretically that lasts us for 8 hours. Theoretically. We'll need to restock on incense, and it would be nice to have more than just the one pot that you use for the cooking, to kind of make sure that
We can buy another pot when we get to
We got a regular iron
Reggie's
pot.
or Soul.
I don't think
For
it's
cooking.
Big Chill.
fancy enough.
No, I'm just saying I've got one we could use for cooking. This
I
one's
talked to
dedicated.
him. He's the one who insists that that's the one to use for the cooking. Where did my accent go? I went Russian for no reason. Okay.
My name is Tolla. I will break you.
In any case,
No, that's her mom.
Oh, yeah,
oh.
sure.
In any case,
Volunteer. A volunteer.
Volunteer.
Death by snooze.
You're up here. I volunteer as tribute.
Got volunteer.
So
The only problem is that means that all you can give is warm, velvety Muppet sex.
the
She's,
real
please never say velvety Muppet sex.
I've
Okay,
always
let's-
been satisfied.
Tolla, what were you saying? Let's move on, please.
the real test is going to be if we come across one of the Iron Feathers or something like a paladin who can sense the flavor of the dunes. That sort of thing.
Dang, we got 2 pounds right now. They could probably try.
But they recognize us already. Somebody fresh, new eyes, new everything. You know?
I do have the masquerade tattoo thing. That can,
I don't think that changes the essence of who you are, Red.
I'm just saying, we got a control group.
can we just hire somebody?
That would be weird. Hey, please, I'm going to pay you. Tell me if I smell dead to you.
That's good. That's good point.
To be fair, someone would do it for a nickel.
In any case, I'm gonna gather up the rest of the stuff. Do you want to carry the lilies, or do you want me to?
I've already got them. It's fine.
So I have a moral question for the group if we ever run into financial straits. Oh no.
I don't like how he's looking at Reggie when he's talking this way.
Well, I already got the hat. I can pimp him out. Pimp my granddad.
I was just gonna say we're both pretty good performers.
Well, no. Show them the potions.
Oh.
I can make limited time period healing potions.
Are you like gonna pull a FOMO over here? Like,
Well, for 24 hours, they just have an expiration date. We could sell health potions, but they last 24 hours.
And I can make hats.
I think
Not to sound sleazy, but if we're not going to be around 24 hours later, they don't have to know that part.
Alright, that's one vote for. I'm neutral. I'm
So
neutral
let's
on
like-
this because I make an even vote.
I think as
I mean,
long
my
as,
daddy was a snake oil salesman. I don't
Trying
mind.
to build a good reputation, or do we care?
I think as long as we are clear that these are limited viability, as long as we tell them, hey, it's only effective for 24 hours due to the
We put
The
best by day.
residency.
Best by day.
yes.
Best by day. What if we sold them to the bird folk?
Would they buy from us?
If we don't smell like dead people, they might.
My point stands.
I should
then we
note
attack.
that
36 or 26
6
hours later.
Yep. Up to, yes,
Just Muppet high five.
My ethics say, whether they be friend or foe, in the past or future, if we're selling them something, we should be upfront about what it is we are selling. As long as we say limited use within the next 24 hours, then we're covered. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
I'll let y'all handle that.
I should note that like ovens are like one of the most populous in this world. It's just that so happens that the Commonwealth is 99.
So let's make sure we understand. When we say bird folk,
We mean the Commonwealth.
You mean Commonwealthians?
we mean the vulture ones, the turkeys.
I should note that since I came back alive, the only bird folk that only ovens we've come into contact with, have been the ones trying to kill us.
That is a lie.
We found some of the old lady.
Well, the old lady, but also kid I grew up with back in Regisburg, the little Blue Jay kid.
Oh,
He helped us. He
I
helped
didn't think-
organize a
I didn't
grassroots.
think of him as an oven because he wasn't a Black Crow type.
Racist, Reggie.
I will put in a request if we are going to sell your quick make potions, we should put some of that money aside for the ingredients that we will continue to need for the perfume.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
we
it's
will
just
need incense. We will need.
I can make 2 of them, rest for an hour, make 2 of them, rest for an hour.
I'm just recommending we put aside an incense fund. At the
How
very
far are
least.
we away from Regisburg? Or how far are we from Shadesbane? Vale?
I think
You're
it's
about a
another-
half a day.
We make it today.
All right.
I'm not sure how he makes these things. I just imagine him going back to the
He's
back
just
of the
going
building.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-da.
I just
see,
imagine you
I
going
imagine
to the
him
corner
just like,
and pissing in a bottle.
yes, that's what I was imagining him squatting over a pot, just going. Okay, there's 2 bottles. I'm gonna just
Closes one nostril.
Oh God.
Look, he's sitting there saying I'm shitting in one. I feel like what I did was not as bad.
God, that remind. Oh no,
It's thick and covers fully.
Anyway,
It's viscous.
I just had a memory from back in when I used to work in food service. That was.
Alright, let's move on.
Let's not talk about food service while we're also talking about snot and spit and other bodily functions.
So
Let's-
y'all
hey,
get on the road.
Before everybody tip well and treat the wait staff well. They do control and touch your food.
If you haven't watched the menu, you should watch the menu. It's
Or Fight Club.
Scathing indictment.
Or waiting. Yeah.
Waiting was what I thought you were
See,
going to say.
we went from
Menu
like the
awesome.
high. We
Menu
went
has great
highbrow.
It was awesome.
We went highbrow to Gen X to just dick jokes, and it was great
Yeah.
because
yeah.
they all
Cover
have
the whole spectrum.
they all
so-
say the same thing.
So,
Don't be a dick.
Y'all, the caravan takes off, and y'all find I'm assuming y'all don't want to do anything.
While he's taking his breaks between making potions, I would like his assistance during short resting with the carding.
Okay, go ahead. And
Just
do your card roll.
Just heavy sweating. Actually, I just cast minor illusion. Look like heavy sweating. Now, all right, okay.
Are you
So-
sure you're okay?
Yeah, I
with
got this. We're going. I'm sweating so heavy, it's like I'm in the sun. I feel that's a curse.
Oh, your sweating didn't help.
Did you draw the moon instead?
Oh god. 8 and 6 is 14.
Okay, so this session wasn't really.
Yeah.
You didn't really gain
That's fine. All right, I made these cherry flavored, so I probably should stick to the. I should probably not put that much red dye in them. All right, so raspberry or gooseberry
I
on the
don't
next
think we need
batch.
Do we need them to be fancy? Are we trying to get more money or different? What has happened?
Will they retain flavor even after the effects have gone away?
I got no damn clue. You remember back when we were kids and
It
they
just
had
turns into piss.
they had those frozen ice lollies.
I grew up on a desert planet.
Okay, so you didn't have these, but like they came in a plastic tube. You had to be careful or else you'd cut your mouth.
Okay.
That's one reason Brickhouse's mouth was so wide. He tried to double shotgun
You
those.
want to know how I got these scars?
Otter Pops.
Otter Pops, I guess.
Okay, let's be honest.
I just like to.
I did not come from a family with enough money to get Otter Pops.
Yeah, no, we got Popeyes.
I got whatever the pseudo, this is coconut flavored. Like, there's always the white one that was coconut flavored. And by the end of the summer, there's just like 80 of those in the back of the
They
freezer.
say it's pina colada. It ain't pina nor colada.
I love those to this day. So
Freezer Pops are still good. Like, I'm a girl.
purple freezer pops are the
Dude.
best.
I'll call it Freezer Pops.
I'm
Dude,
sure
they don't
Okay,
actually freeze.
so
So alcohol
let's-
makes it slushy.
Which is the point.
That's not a freezer pop then. It's a slushy. It's a daiquiri.
Yeah, that's
Daiquiri
too.
Daiquiri too.
Gogurt daiquiri.
This stuff's gonna sell like hotcakes in
Bailey,
New
well,
Orleans.
look, if we could
Daiquiri
get
too.
away with the ice cream truck that like rolled around and sold margaritas, and we just went through the rich people neighborhood, all the trophy wives and the soccer
Look,
moms,
man, you
come back.
You just get an ice chest duct taped to a bicycle rolling down bourbon. Like I got daiquiri tubes.
You know, they say the best elotes come from the little push carts or whatever. We're doing that, but for daiquiri.
Okay, so
Summer
getting
job,
back
bitch,
on
summer job. We go to New Orleans with bicycles and a
Killing.
cooler.
back on track. Y'all are traveling to Shadesbanevale.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Y'all have a fairly uneventful trip, aside from some clown stag and some other things like jumping out. You enter a valley where,
Pay attention.
as you're
My
entering
kids
the
were doing
valley,
cute shit.
you see what looks to be like, you don't know if it's a mountain or a hill in front of you. It's flat land. You know you're next to the Rolling River. And as you get closer, you notice that it's not actually a mountain or anything. It looks like almost a man-made mound. It has a giant barricade around it, and
So it's a mott.
it's almost a mine. Yeah. You notice that, like, on this mount, on the center mound, there's like different buildings that they're sticking out, and through it, you see what looks to be like caves that intersect through it. And as you get closer, you notice that there are two other caravans sitting there, and you see on the barricade, it's like a stone wall that goes around. It has like these draperies of like red and silver going down, and you see a very familiar silhouette of a helmet like on the building.
Okay.
Give us the
Your helmet.
Yes. What's that guy's name? The redneck that he has.
Morgles.
That's mortals.
Yeah.
Morgles.
It's on cue for doing his character. Morgles. Why is the helm on that?
Oh yeah, they think they are. I'm so tired of these people taking our iconography and using it for dirt city.
College word for you. But why is the helm?
Oh
On
yeah,
there.
Shadesbanevale was started by. Started by.
I feel like I should have had another fart just for that moment.
Please don't force it.
No.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Never trust
It
the force.
started by. They say they're started by someone who knew Mr. Shadesbane the Great.
too young.
Sir. Sir Reginald Shadesbane.
Sir Reginald Shadesbane, you're right. I'm very sorry. Someone named Hark.
Hark.
So,
Cock.
Hark.
so as you hear that name, you're transported back to the village that, after the shade, that you were in, and you were consistently hammered off of, I think we called it Podge.
Yeah.
And there is a kid, like, after you would, like, leave the bar and, you know, be slumped over, a kid named Hark, about 12 years old, would come over, talk with you, and help you up and get you to your place. How would you describe your relationship with Hark?
A lot of people in that city would known the war stories and held me in high regard because of who I was. But the older people would have taken pity on me. The younger people, the kids, just clung to the stories.
Yeah.
And so
So would you say this kid might have, like,
idolized, yes.
idolized and hoped more from, like, looked past your current
Yeah.
flaws?
Look past my current flaws because of who I was in all the stories.
Yeah.
Yes, easily.
So yeah, you remember this child as someone that would, you know, help you. God damn it. I just hear the piss sound.
No, I was just,
closer to the.
so he's pouring this right now.
He's
I'm going to
making
say
the
this.
potions, man.
I'm going to say this. We have some Arizona green tea here, and
Sponsor us.
yes, Arizona green tea.
We
Please,
love
please
you,
sponsor us.
Arizona Green tea.
Being
He
a
said he lit another 100 pallets.
Oh my
like,
God.
Pay
if
no
you-
attention to the fact that this is the Berkshire's brand of green tea.
but
Some of
no,
us are
it's
poor.
your CEO, and you're doing it right. By the way, it's only $4.50 for a 12-pack of Arizona green tea right now.
Really? I should have got that shit.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's in my fridge.
Okay, so this was a kid that, like, because they idolized the stories that you had, they seemed to look past. I mean, they were old enough to know you were going through some things, but they also saw the best in you.
He's the old drunk that sleeps under the tree outside of town.
But I mean, the way I see it is like he's always the kid that like as the older people would take pity on you and be like, "Oh, look at this old drunk,
Yeah.
just pissing his life away just because he can't." This kid was like, "This is a war hero. I mean, we need to help him." And
Because he saw decades worth of war and all of his friends died. He didn't die. He's just
Yeah.
in here hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all don't respect all the work that he's done. So yeah, getting drunk sounds like a good idea.
Okay, Boomer.
yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Accurate.
by the time you passed away, he was about 13, 14. But the name Hart, immediately when you hear it, you're just like,
Hart started this city?
that's what they say. I don't know who this Hart is. I hear he's some lowlife that's trying to take
You
the name.
shut your mouth.
Excuse me.
Just hearing Reggie do this, like, oh, we're about to kill Morgles. Oh, Vernon is popping his back. Vernon is like stretching, like, all right, about to murder.
About to do some murder. Ugh. The stretching out.
I see you're part of one of those other groups that worship the ancestors that
I
want.
don't worship anyone. But you don't talk bad about my friends.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to cause a blazing, vibrant background, like divine righteous justice behind him. He has a Tarantino cutscene behind his back right now.
Okay, so as you say that and point at him, there is a moment of realization of who you are.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And he's like,
In the background,
You hold your tongue in your mouth or I will make you hold it in your hands.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's a
sir.
good line.
That's
That's a good line.
Yes, sir. Do you need a banana? I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
How dang did you just come up and
I
did you
just
come up and offer,
I just shoo him away with my puppet
He
hand.
runs.
did you just try to offer God a banana?
So as you go up, you see in the
You
caravan.
don't offer the Omega a nanner.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Flip that. That's my favorite line ever. Did you just try
I
to
know,
do
forgot a banana. We need it on a t-shirt stat. It needs to be one of those like a T-turtle style little animated things. One of them little like see no evil shaped monkeys going with a banana like this.
I just want it written in Comic Sans. That's all I want. Is did you just?
You want the worst T-shirt imaginable.
Okay, so you get up, you
Okay.
see that, and you see two other caravans parked at the front gates. You see the gates are closed, and you see guards. And similar, like it's like the tabards and everything are very similar to the gear that you would wear. Obviously, over the years, it's changed a bit, but you can kind of see the inspiration. You also see the helm as the insignia for the town.
Yes.
And you see them talking with people. You see them You see a group of Aben arguing with some guards. You see some other guards with some pale humanoid exile folk. They're just talking, sitting there. It seems like the exile is being very conciliatory. And as the cart stops, you see a group of these guards walk up, and one of the guards is an Aben. And the only way I can really describe him is he's like a mix between a hawk and a ram. Like he has like sort of the pointed hawk-like face, and he has like these ram horns that go like that. He's very tall, very broad.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Who did Horace fuck?
And he walks up to y'all's thing. And since you made Margles walk away, he walks up to you instinctively because you look like the most commanding figure. It's like,
Not wrong.
Looks over at the other person completely clad in plate mail that has kingly nature.
Well, this one did just get finished telling off the caravan.
It
like,
is an actual king. Is somehow a deity.
Talk and just talk down. You know what? Yeah, you seem like a noble. You just talk down staff.
I talk down staff. Dock his pay.
so I'm very sorry. No one can come into the city at the moment. There has been an incident, and we need to check anybody coming in and do extended checks to ensure there is no threat coming into the city. I'm very sorry, but this is what we need to do at the time.
I understand completely. We are a pre-registered caravan here for the trade. You can check with Nargles.
Oh, Marvel.
Dang it, the one that's hiding over by the stump right now.
You can check with Margles over there, and all the Lima folk. My companions and I, the four of us, sorry. We're more here for protection than anything. So any weapons you may find, we're strictly for protective purposes.
Well, we're not really. People come in here with weapons, but there has been an attempt against the mayor, and we need to ensure that no one coming in here is
This
going.
is the second mayor I've heard of an attempt on in multiple cities. What happened?
Give me a persuasion.
I would like to kind of turn around, like toward the wagon.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna sit there behind him. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna turn around toward the wagon so that I can kind of like bend over a little bit and whisper and cast message. I'll message Vernon. Stop it. And say, should we tell them that we helped in New Hope with the mayor there?
No, he knows the messages.
Swatting.
Oh God, here's my thing: is Vernon's thoughts have to be worse than his vocalizations because he tries to make sure people understand. So hold on.
Wait, no, you should. Your thoughts should
Should-
be very properly sound. You shouldn't have
Hello?
an accent at all.
All right. So, I do believe that this is something you should have sent to Reginald, as he is the one that is talking right now. I am back here being hidden by the large, beefy orc who's already stepped up to try to back him up. I'm just here now.
I'm gonna whip around and look at the back of Vernon's head.
I'm just doing this.
And I will walk over and I will grab his braid.
Ow!
And I'm gonna lean down a little bit so I'm close to your ear. I was trying to distract him. Why the hell is that your voice inside?
That's my voice outside too. All the rest of y'all sound funny.
I'm just gonna hands up and go like.
I speak
back
proper
toward
common. I done went to the schoolhouse.
back toward the cart. I can't even right now. Sorry,
with their
now,
whole
now you're right.
Okay.
I was just gonna stand up behind him and look not intimidating, but like try to give him an air of authority.
I feel that's given age, so that should be advantage.
I mean, I think you have, like, y'all have 2 echoes right now if you want to use them to
Oh,
bring
okay. I
advantage.
can use my echo on him. You get
Like,
it's
this is a shared resource, so if y'all don't... I'm just seeing something.
somehow, like me just standing there, you get a.
But my mouth is not getting open again.
Okay, so
Okay. Go ahead.
Last 10 minutes.
re-roll that
Okay.
because I'm lucky.
Keanos.
It's okay, buddy. I got love.
All right,
Okay, that's enough.
21.
That's enough.
21.
Consent is no longer given. Get down.
Easy. Down.
Wait, no, 22. I'm bad at math.
Get down. All the way.
Bad at math.
You're a good boy, sweet boy. Well, now that my face has been exfoliated. What did you eat last, Keanos?
He just had some,
There's a dead squirrel out there.
Aw.
I know, there's a dead squirrel.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore, not anymore.
It was out there.
Now look, if you
Not
told me
even
Dewey
close.
ate a dead squirrel, I know that's true. Because my dog would destroy tree rats.
okay, so
Oh.
he leans in.
Did he? Was that my burp? Or was that the dog?
It's a waft of some bad smells.
I burped. I
so-
apologize.
So this guard looks at you and he leans in. Like, just between you and me. There seems to be some Commonwealth splinter group acting in this area. They tried to plant some sort of explosives in the mayor's mansion. It didn't work, thankfully, and the people have been jailed. However, we want to make sure this doesn't happen again, so we will be checking everything here and doing interviews.
Hearing that, I will kind of come around Wren to stand beside Reggie and say, if I may, we recently were in New Hope a few days ago. Our caravan here was also there. The Lemur folk can attest that we helped with a similar situation. If it would be possible for us to get these interviews more quickly, I believe we could be of assistance here as well.
So you're saying that something happened in New Hope as well?
Let me double check my notes. What was the lady's name again?
Greta.
Greta. The mayor there, Greta, was similarly accosted, and we helped her roust the Commonwealth faction that was trying to hurt her.
And the Commonwealth also did deal with explosives.
There were explosives that was not directly affecting the mayor when we helped her. Someone was trying to strangle her.
What we're trying to say is that it sounds very familiar.
And we could be of help, but we don't want you to completely get rid of your process. I think that we could be of help if your people could clear us to help you quicker. That's all. I just I don't want us stuck in a line if we could be helping.
Okay, so one of y'all can take persuasion with advantage.
I'll give the advantage because I came in on the flip side.
What's your plus to persuasion? Good.
A diss.
They're rolling. I still
I
smell
know,
gold.
that's why I'm giving you the assist.
Just because it's up to you.
Yeah, I know.
It's 21.
Okay.
Emily had to stop me because there were free pity puppies on Facebook Marketplace. I was like, I didn't tell y'all because now y'all should have another dog.
So he looks at the other groups, and then he looks at the ones that are the guards that are starting to look around, start to look at the caravan, and he leans into y'all and says, "We'll get y'all in an expedited fashion if you work with us, and then I would ask you to go into the garrison and talk with them about what you've seen."
How big is Wren again?
6'8".
6'1".
5'7". Just leans out like a Muppet from behind Wren. Can we get a dang old contract on that? Get it in writing?
I think that's what we talked to the garrison about. I don't think he's the one that would get that.
You will also have to record your you're gonna have to talk with the processing to record why you're here.
Just leans back behind. Sorry, I can't
Anyway.
get much around him.
We shall check your caravan and see whether or not there's anything fishy.
Well, there is fish remnants. We had fish last night.
Not that kind of fishy.
Just making sure.
Well, I mean, there's like
fun.
another 15 pounds, Reginald, from what you caught.
I just want to make sure that
Based on
clear.
story.
If he was being literal, I didn't want there to be any confusion.
There might be mana shrimp.
Oh, I think those are
Mana
going
shrimp is
bad.
fine. I thought the lemur folk from Regisburg, they deal in mana shrimp.
As we said, there were many incidents in New Hope that caused a lot of this particular
Oh, we're not
caravan's
gonna have mana shrimp.
goods to.
No, there's
The
still
bird
some.
seems very upset about it.
It's not as much as
Wait,
there would
they-
have
they-
been, but there is some.
The larger ones didn't make it, but they got the popcorn variety.
I like the cocktail. It's fun. It's fun.
And Alvin saying they like the cocktail.
I get it. I get it now. I get
God
it.
damn it. So they're gonna do a quick check of everything. It's gonna take about an hour and a half, and then this larger bird, this larger oven, is going to direct all the two other caravans to clear the path for y'all.
We're getting speed land.
And-
quick check.
Moving through there, and you see two once again, you see two different ones. You see another group of Oven looking at y'all, and they scream out to the guard that y'all were talking to, and he said, "Why are they going through? We were here for 4 hours. We haven't gone through." And
I'm
you,
just gonna go.
Just this large orcish hand, this large Une hand comes out and just closes the beak ever so gently. With just enough force to be uncomfortable.
you see that one Oven's like special, or this is a special occasion. He's like, "What kind of special occasion is it?" And he just keeps walking.
I keep waiting for Reggie to make a Yo Mama joke.
And you see the Oven. They're obviously from, like, they're not the same sort of. They don't have like the iron feathers sort of attire, but they do have like Commonwealth attire, and they're just kind of just mean mugging all of you as you pass by.
I mean, fair. We did cut the line.
Alright, I haven't
Cut the
tried
line.
with my artisan
We
tool.
cut the line.
Could it be like just like the little harmonica, and I kind of make a tune about how that particular oven's a little bitch.
I will cast Minor Illusion
Maybe
to make the one oven that's bitching the most. I'm gonna Minor Illusion the loudest, wettest fart from them.
Okay, give me a performance check,
Why
please.
is there so much toilet humor in this
I'm
campaign?
gonna cast.
I am 23 in this game.
Swallow my instrument.
Dude,
We're back to swallowing.
Sue will be
It
We
never
never
went
will.
away.
We
It
never
never went away.
Do I need to roll anything for the big loud fart coming from him?
Go ahead. I don't know. Just roll something and make
So-
sure it's
so-
above 10.
So we hear the big loud fart, right?
I barely beat it.
We hear the big loud fart, and I will press into dictation the worst fart smell ever.
That wasn't me. Someone. And you see
As
the other
everyone just
Alvin
kind of
like,
like
ooh.
heels away from him. I'm
Before we
gonna.
go, make him show himself. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. He's in range, Reginald.
All right. Peer pressure is a real thing, and so as he's that wasn't me. Bird poop just falls out of his pants and onto the ground.
God damn it.
Through his pants?
Yes.
Impressive.
Like down the leg of the
Yeah,
pants.
I get it.
Down just one leg, like it's the Super Bowl.
Okay. Oh, God.
I am
So as
scared.
that's happening, there's like this embarrassing moment for this one Alvin. On the other side, you see the exile just kind of looking at y'all, just going in. Everyone give me an insight check.
I am more or less an exile.
Y'all are betraying me.
Y'all two are
tonight.
technically exile, yeah.
15.
Let me see what this exile is. What
The dice hate me tonight. I'm getting Neysa's rolls.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm just glad we haven't had combat
Yeah,
yet.
I just got a 12. It's nothing crazy.
Was it 12? Okay. So you two, or if you got above a 12 and over, you notice that he's looking at y'all, and he kind of has a face of like just worried.
I might have noted. I'll
Yeah.
like
Kind of a
shoot
stress.
up next to me.
We're too busy bullying this one Oven to
I think
notice a
that's
damn
me.
thing.
Une power.
Ooh.
Une power.
The oldest and the young, or okay, the second oldest and the youngest of the group, acting like legit children.
Mhm.
Y'all see a dude looking at us like,
Can we tell if dude is looking concerned for himself and or his agenda, or looking concerned on our behalf?
I think you would not be able to tell that. You would just know he looks concerned or worried.
Okay, fair.
so you said it was a half day to get here, right?
Yeah,
So about 12 hours?
Oh,
12.
You
More
said
like-
half a day. Half a day is,
that's half a 24-hour period, half of daytime.
okay, I'm clarifying, because,
4 hours.
About 4 hours, yes.
so we have 8 with expiration date potions that can be sold.
I'm gonna give you the 2 you gave me.
We
Do you
have
that
10.
written- Do you have that written down somewhere?
2 which need to be sold right now.
Or
No.
shall
They
I,
still, those two still have about
a couple hours?
16, 17 hours left.
Shall I keep
Okay.
an inventory?
Yes.
Okay, so as y'all are filtering through the gates, y'all get to a point to where there is like a checkpoint, and then there is a person. There is a they're a little mouse folk, or like a little mouse, and they have like the tabard on, but they don't have like the full armor on. They just
Like stuck leather, maybe.
yeah, they walk up. All right, y'all. I'm part of processing. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice
All
to
from the
meet you.
finger.
My name's Deli. Hey.
Reach.
Oh, what's this? And just like looking at
I
the.
just high five him before he can touch it. Nope, don't touch.
For a second, I thought you were saying my nose.
I'm sorry.
And I was about this mouse is rude as fuck.
It'll leave you with a nasty shock.
Anyway, I'm part of processing. I need to get your names and why you're here. I mean, I understand you're with a caravan, but you might have your own things you want to do here because this is a big city and a lot of people like to do different things here. And in this trying time, when someone tried to kill our mayor, we got to make sure that we know what you're doing. And if you're not doing what you say you're doing, we're going to have to arrest you and put you in a dungeon.
Deli, if I may go first, my name is Tolla,
ma'am.
and I'm here to visit the library for research
Oh,
purposes.
we have one of the best libraries in the land.
So I have heard it is why I'm
Yeah,
here.
it's very good.
And this is our, mainly my bodyguard, Wren.
Oh, hey, Wren. That's an old name. You must be an old soul.
His family are traditionalists.
Oh. Mi casa, you casa.
This is our traveling companion, Vernon.
Well, what? Is he just here to protect you?
He is my bodyguard,
Oh, wait, we gotta keep a special eye on you.
only because he's so tall.
Right,
You're being flirted with by like a 2.5 foot tall mouse
So
folk.
it's like,
This is Vernon. He is another
Right,
traveling companion.
right.
Here to research
I am
more
a
about
courtesan.
technology.
you're a courtesan?
I am a courtesan.
Oh, that accent. Where are you from? You're from that Regisburg.
I'm down from down south, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense because this caravan's from Regisburg, as far
Yep.
as I know.
I know. I'm not gonna take your spot.
Hold on. You're gonna introduce him. This is my grandpa.
Wait.
I know better than that.
I am seriously. I'm weighing whether or not I should be all like, my name's Reginald, and just be like, whatever. Or if I should just go on like, my name is my full entire old name,
This is why I
and
wasn't going
be
to
my
try to
be
introduce
myself.
you.
Like, I don't know what I should.
This is my grandpa, my G daddy. His
Oh,
name
wow.
is Reginald Shaw.
You look very good for a grandfather.
My last name's Shaw. Yeah.
I've always looked good, but thank you.
He aged well. He's 115.
We were just, I suppose, hired by the front guard, the oven with the horns.
Yes. Ramos.
Yes, Ramos. Ramos just asked us to help out with the recent situation.
To be fair, we kind of suggested because we did just come from New Hope and we were helpful.
Oh, I
there
like
with-
New
Tolla. Too much information.
It's not too much information. We
Oh,
don't want to lie to them.
Gossip. I love gossip.
That's why it's too much information.
You want to know why there's a little bit of a spat between them?
Huh?
You really want to know the spat between these two? You want some good gossip?
You don't want to tell him.
You want some good gossip there?
Oh, what is it?
You know what? Let me step over here to decide with you. That way nobody's ears burning. I'll sit over here to decide with you and give you all the.
Too many
I'll give you
words.
all the juicy details. Give you all the juicy details.
Okay, they
Smile underneath my very.
Large beak.
Okay, I got my large nose, but I'm over here. I'm trying to give the Sam Elliott smile.
Oh dear.
Like it's sad, but goddamn if it's not also endearing.
What is he about to say?
I have no idea.
Oh, y'all don't.
I'm going to prestidigitation that his breath smells so horrid.
Oh no.
The
The
poor little
pranksters
mouse
are-
folk cannot.
You know what? You're gonna do this. I will
really-
legit fucking waste
on
a
to
third level spell slot to counter spell.
You
Just-
won't know until it's already leaked
No,
out.
he's got a big schnoz. He'd be able to smell it.
I
too.
could smell.
As he's already talking, he'll be smelling it.
Did not say you're casting this sneaky.
Okay, roll a
I don't have to roll. It's a third level spell
well,
versus
no,
a
he has to
cantrip.
roll a
No, that's not how that works.
well
Yeah.
to cast like without him noticing, right?
That's
Well,
a stealth.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's-
he didn't state it though.
You didn't state it. That's right.
You rolled
But
it.
you wouldn't
brought
know
it up.
that I'm doing it.
We're right here.
You're right over there. Roll
Wait.
off. Roll off.
You know what?
Rollies.
You know what? We will. You know what? That is fair.
Wait,
We'll
wait,
rollies.
D100 roll off.
No.
We're
No.
both look down like, where are
So
those?
should this be perception versus stealth?
Yeah, let's do perception versus stealth.
That's fair. That's fair. My stealth is horrible.
That is a 23.
You gotta be a 23.
Okay, my stealth is a +3, so I just gotta go with 20. Just gotta go with 20. 13. So no. That's 16.
I will waste a fucking spell slot.
So as soon as you're
We got
like,
Anna Shrimp.
as soon as you're like,
I get him
that,
back in an hour if we chill.
I was all like,
And I just do this.
okay, so you and Deli go to the side.
As we're going off, I will look back at everybody. Scatter.
What?
animal poop and turds?
I am not going to scatter because I feel like that's just going to make us wanted criminals, and we're trying to be helpful, not...
We don't need to run. Why are you making us...
Yeah. Vernon misread the situation.
Yeah.
But Vernon's not over there. All right, you really want to know the real
I
reason?
think you're giving us time to get our stories.
Yes.
Right. That's what's
Okay,
going
that's
on.
better. Looks down, sits down with the little mouse person across the table.
Yeah.
That we were helpful in New Hope. They won't accept our help here. That is our cover to get in.
We've already told the story.
To one individual.
Who is a reputable source?
One individual.
Yes.
And we have.
As long as we tell the same story here, that's in the mouth of two witnesses, so we're good. That's
Don't
all
we
I'm
have
trying to
Limerick
do.
outside?
We've got plenty of Limmerfolk
They've
with
been
us.
for us.
Yes.
They came in.
Hey, how you doing?
All I'm
I
saying,
just
Margot
don't,
said
I don't
that you were-
understand why we're trying to be hush-hush about it
it's not being
when we're telling the
hush-hush.
same story.
It's just oversharing more than what Deli needs to know. Deli needs to know.
Deli is the official with the clipboard. Deli needs to know.
Deli needs to know our name and why we are here.
Why we are here
Not
is to help.
where we came from and what happened in the past 3
How
weeks.
else do they go? We're not telling what happened in the last 3 weeks, the last few days. It was only 2 days ago.
Sorry, we jumped from spot to spot a few times.
They don't need to know that, which is why I did not say that.
But my time gets confused on how many weeks.
I understand that, which is why I was trying to lead the story with that. Because I understand you getting into scatterbrained. I was trying to help.
That was ageist.
It is.
No, it's Bardist.
It is. And it is.
The last one might
Just
be
there-
deserved.
There are just some things that don't need to be said.
Like what then? Specifics, because I'm trying to tell the same story that we already told to Ramos.
Okay.
I feel like
So-
they're hunched down and you're just standing there.
And I'm just like circus music.
What
playing
we
in
were
my
saying
head.
to Ramos,
Here
what we
in
were
the
saying to
sky.
Ramos earlier, and we were talking
Now,
to
dude, there's a
Mary earlier.
shawarma place you saw down the street.
We mentioned New Hope.
Sounds good, right?
And New Hope
Shawarma
is
like
a few days travel from here. And
No!
Yes, a couple days travel over here, and that's where we came from just
Right.
now.
Sounds
But
good
if we
right now.
mentioned that we're also in Regisburg at the exact same
I
time.
did not say that.
I know that you didn't, but the name of the town did come up, and that town is way over there, and we can't possibly have traveled in both spots in that amount of time without some weird
Right.
magic happening. And so we need to be very specific.
That is why I was trying to be very specific. Vernon is there, and now he's over there talking to Danny, and we have no idea what they're saying.
We just both look at the window.
Jimmins comes up. Hey y'all, I heard from Morgles you're like a guy. You're-
James,
Yeah.
pause. Get me a drink.
What kind of drink you want, man?
Whatever is not on you and you need to go away to get.
Oh hell yeah, I got some beer over here. Let me go get that for you. I need a beer too. Anyway, you
Oh,
like
that was
you like
fun.
Yes,
Michelob?
Before Chris gets on his
The
beer.
same information we don't do Ramos. That was all. That was all I was going to say. I promise. I wasn't going to say anything about Regisburg. That is why I did not try to introduce you. I only introduced Vernon as a compatriot on the road. That's all I said.
Okay, fine. We just need to keep the same story consistent.
Yes. That is why I was
And
trying to
we're
tell it. Because I'm
always-
the one who told it before.
We're already messing it up. Eyes, Vernon. who's just cheesing it up with God knows what.
Oh no, we
kind of
haven't gotten to this scene yet. Y'all doing this.
Reggie has crabs. Right.
No, Chris. At least allow me to roleplay this out a little bit.
I'm kidding. I'm
As soon
kidding.
as they come back, just let me finish what I was going to say, which is the same thing we said to Ramos.
Okay.
About what happened in New Hope in as little detail as possible, and why we think that we can help here because it is the same sort of situation. That's all I was going to say. Yes.
No.
He's saying his phone's dying.
Oh no.
7%. So I'm just like,
Oh no.
What type of charger do you have?
See?
have some in the.
Is
in
it
our-
Android?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you and
What's
Deli.
your gossip?
So as we get in,
It's the hot goss.
Miss, dang on Miss Deli, I gotta ask you, y'all got any beverages? I'm quite parched from being on the road.
Oh yeah, we got some nice spring water. You want some nice spring water?
Yeah, if it's called Tequila.
Okay.
This is me actually asking Chris because I've emptied out the last green tea and everything from over here.
We call it that.
This spring comes from
I
Mexico.
wish I would have had like the tea over here because.
I've given most of them to Nate. I got one. Like I had backup teas and they just did not.
Okay. Don't spill everything everywhere. You're gonna get it on your nice suit.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's just my character sheet.
Just
This-
my life.
It's already got like grease from the one time we had hamburgers on it, like a year ago. Anyway, so you really want to know the tea between the two of them?
Well, I gotta know what everything is going on here.
Well, all right. So we were over at New Hope, and did you know the situation that happened over at New Hope?
No, I didn't know anything was happening over New. We've had a lot of drama here.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, you heard about the attempt on the mayor. Mayor
When we
Hart.
rolled up, yes. Who tried to do that?
I don't know. I guess it's like some weird group, some weird cult. I don't know. I didn't hear too much about it, but I'm just here,
What did they do to try to kill him?
Oh, they tried to use explosives.
Did they try to?
Yeah, they tried to blow up the mayor's. Actually, when you're going downtown into the market center, you're actually going to see the mayor's house. He's not there right now, obviously, but you're going to see.
So they palmered him. I get it.
I mean, he's okay. I mean, they accidentally killed his maid, but
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Not the
she was a
word.
nice lady.
You knew her?
Yeah, we went to school together.
Oh, that's a shame. Is there gotta ask? Is there like a memorial or a fund being put together to help the family?
Oh yeah, there's like a little memorial over there.
Can we go ahead and donate right now? Like
I
if
mean, if you want.
I gave it to you, could you get it over there to me? Because I mean, I don't know where. And I will hand over because I still have money written down on my now beer covered character sheet. I will hand over 10 gold.
Okay.
I have 34 gold and 4 silver. Everybody.
Well, that's gonna help a lot.
Well, I mean, dang, somebody gets killed, you got to take care of the family because, I mean, everybody in the family has to work, make sure. I mean, I come from down at Regisburg. Everybody has to work down there. You understand?
Yeah.
Now,
I've
so-
been there. I love the shrimp.
Yeah, Scribble Bottom.
Oh, Scrimble Bottom.
Now,
He's a kind of a peculiar feller, but
don't get him talking about fish for a split second.
oh yeah, that's all he talks about.
By the way, they have a new government.
Really?
Yeah, they elected Scribble Bottom mayor.
Fuck that Mort guy, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know what? That's a little bit harsh language, but you know what? I understand strong emotions. Personally, I understand strong emotions.
It's been a wild couple of weeks here.
Tell me about that, and then I'll definitely get like, look, I'm sorry. You see how long my nose is? I love sticking it in people's business.
Well, you're fine. So,
Well, thank you.
well, you see, there was an explosion that went down, and fortunately, the mayor wasn't killed. Unfortunately, the maid was killed. And after that, they did an investigation, decided to lock down the town for the time being, at least in terms. Well, we were locked down for about a week, right? And now we are kind of letting people in because part of our commerce is based on like traveling merchants coming here and selling their goods, and people coming here and experiencing the historical, celebrating our historical things.
Yes.
Like,
I understand that. I mean, the lockdown's completely understandable with everything that's happening. Bomb goes off, gotta lock everything down, just figure out what's happening. Well, we talked to your good old out of character Ramos. We talked to Ramos outside. He let us know what's going on. We helped over at Good Hope. Couple one of those iron feathers, about came in town.
Oh, so you know about the iron feathers? Okay.
Yeah, they came in and started digging around.
Uh-huh.
Can't be disrespecting people's graves.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
It's bad luck.
Right.
Bad luck. And
Uh-huh.
by the way, my grandfather's nickname is Bad Luck. Comes to town whenever you start messing with people's graves, because he used to be a sexton.
I don't get it.
Sextons are grave diggers.
Oh.
It's,
Okay.
it's a fancy term for it. However, he likes to use the first 3 letters, and that, since you've given
So
me
he's
some,
a sex.
he likes to perform it. Yeah.
I don't want to know about that.
Well, you said you wanted a dish on the grumpies between the two of them.
Yeah.
So back in Good Hope, my G-Paw started flirting with an individual. Names will not be dropped. And Miss Tolla's a little bit more proper. Comes from a good Shadesbane raised family. I'm assuming that.
Are you sure? I believe.
I mean, she's Une. I don't know what the Une religion is. I grew up in Regisburg. I didn't leave there until just recently with my G-Paw. But in any case, she's a little bit more proper, a little bit more prim. And my G-Paw sowing his wild oats. She did not quite agree with that. And they've just been a little sore since then.
Okay. Well, this is some drama. I feel like,
But
on my days off, it would be great.
No, I'm sorry. You asked. You wanted to know the other T. You want to know the other T? Oh, he did insult her handwriting.
Oh, you don't do that to an Une. You don't do that to an Une.
I know you don't, because the Une have impeccable handwriting, common in
Scholar
every.
of yours.
They actually break our fingers if they.
But he, okay,
You
okay.
get
I'll be
a knife
honest.
in
You
the
want to know?
nails.
You want to know the main thing he got on her? G-Paw likes to put a cross through his 7. She don't.
I do.
Dude, I put crosses through my.
Okay, all right. Everybody that puts crosses through the 7s.
I can't read.
Okay, who puts a line through a 0? Anybody who puts a 0 through a? Anybody put
I
a
don't
line
do
through a
any
0?
of that.
I do.
Okay.
Sometimes.
It's military numbering. It's the line through the 7 so it doesn't look like a 1. Line through the 0 so it doesn't look like an O.
I do not do a line through a 0.
I only do if I'm doing something that also has O's. Like if it's
Also,
if it's
depending on if I'm doing
alphabet
Latimer Hogwell or not, this is 3. This is Hewitt doing 3. That's because of Inglourious Bastards. But that's also German 3,
I sometimes count 3.
British 3. In any case, so that's a big thing right there. They're a little bit sore about. She is really sore with him because he's an old man. He has some opinions that don't float.
He's probably incontinent.
No. Let me go ahead and stop that one. What's out of character? What's the mouse character's name again?
Deli.
Deli. He is not. He might be 130 years old.
That's pretty old.
Yeah, but
Exiles only usually live to 80.
Yeah, but you know what they say: felt don't crack.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna write that down.
It rips and tears.
But it don't crack. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. But we're here to try to help. We're here to make sure your job is easier.
All right. Well, I'll take all of this into account, and I'm thankful for your help.
Also, I need you to do me a big favor. Can you do
What's
this
that?
for me, Dilly? When we walk out, I need you to give my G-Paw the biggest stank stare. Just stare at him like he said something wrong at the Church of Shadesbane Sunday pot lunch. Let's say he said your casserole didn't have enough crunchy onions
Give
on
me
it.
a persuasion.
Okay, don't you fucking fuck me. Yes!
What did you get?
That is a 23.
Okay.
I need you to look at him like he brought pickles to a luncheon.
Okay, well, that's weird, but I'll do
Actually,
it.
no, he only showed up with napkins at the luncheon.
Cream cheese and anchovies.
I can't.
What the fuck, Nathan?
I thought something I'd actually eat. I'm just saying.
I would eat it.
Yeah, y'all would.
Ew.
Okay, so.
But fish paste is not my thing.
Well, I guess I'll do that, and thank you for all this information. It'll really help with what we're trying to do here. And she goes up to you, Reggie, and she's like 2 feet tall, and she just goes like this to you.
Why do I get the feeling like he was talking bad about you?
I walk out looking like this.
Why do I not believe you?
I'm not gonna roll because you shouldn't.
And as that happens, she's like, anyway, it's time for y'all to go. I hope you have a good time in Shadesbanevale.
Do you have any more questions for us?
No, while we were having this stupid conversation, we were also
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Love you, buddy. You fucking asshole.
So, what I would like to do...
I'm going to take your mom out to a nice dinner and never call her again.
I'm going to be like...
Alright, should get
I'll
good
meet
dinner.
y'all at that tavern across the
She's
way.
gonna think
I'll point
she's
you
gonna
to
think we'll
where
have a
we're gonna
great
go.
time
I'm gonna
in
go to
life.
the cooking store.
and you'll never talk
sell
again.
This is Vernon's
hat
mom, dude.
making tools and my instruments because
Gonna
we're
count-
such a
just
boat.
count
Yeah.
the minute, just
So,
right
and I'm
at
gonna go to the cookwares.
Okay, go ahead and write
uh,
that down for next session
Okay.
because we're getting close to the
That's
end.
fine.
I
We're
was
gonna
not.
make future plans.
I was actually
Yeah.
expecting us to have a fight,
She's
but
fine
we
with
didn't
it, dude.
really.
Yeah! Wait, what were we supposed to have a fight about?
I mean, there was supposed to be a forest fight, but y'all kind of avoided it based on rules.
Based on rules.
Dang
we did
it,
some shit.
we had a whole battle map set up.
I literally played circus music through the forest.
Yeah.
But scared everything away.
I almost talked shit to Tolla's mom.
But, they have all been interviewed, and then Deli ushers y'all into the city. Y'all go down the main road. Like, she gives you a map and, directs you where you need to go to the McFarlington, which is where y'all are going to be staying as a caravan.
Is the McFarlington like a very large building with like two towers shaped in kind of an L at the end of a road?
Yeah.
He's talking about the Arlington fucking hot springs.
I get
So-
it, I get it.
I figured.
You're
So everybody be ready for another bathhouse episode.
Yay!
So you're
this is
going
cool.
down as you're going down the main road, you see, at first you see like different buildings, but once you get into the market center proper, you see a whole bunch of different buildings and different businesses, some of which are like, come get some new weapons, some new armor. You see other things like, potions, and you see a divination station.
Oh, hell yeah.
But you also see a place that's like, come see the ancestors, and you notice it's like a wax museum. Just
Well, we're going there, everybody, so we can all
and you
lament.
notice like there are these man-made mounds and hills that have been created, and some of the buildings have been built into them.
We're learning the hard way what gravity is.
Yeah. And you do see, as you're going through there, you see like this one building that has connected to like all these pipes and everything. You notice it's a brewery. You also notice one place that advertises itself as a bathhouse. And as you get to the end of the road, you see this large building. And then common, you see written the McFarlington. And there is an area, like just to the left of you, where you see other caravans have set up shop. It seems like the McFarlington is like a specific hotel / building for caravans for y'all to set up shop and do what you need to do. But yeah, with that, we're going to end it here for the night.
Oh my god.
Hey, Reg. Oh, before you do, Reggie, they got a wax figure of you.
You do see a wax figure. You see a wax figure yourself, and you see another wax figure of a child that looks very familiar.
Why is your head so small?
You got my nose wrong.
It sounded like
You
you
see
said
a figure of
nose.
Hark there as well.
Yeah. I got that part. And look, it's Hark.
Hark, it's Hark?
Hark, it's Hark.
Who?
He was a friend. He's a boy. Idolized me in my later years. He was a
Reginald?
yes.
Were you an old man that was friends with a child?
Not in that way, you sick perv.
I don't mean it that way as a perv. I'm just saying, if you're an old man befriending children.
This
She
child.
was mentoring children.
That's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Friends like sounds like you're gonna take Hark out for a drink.
He's just
This child would. He showed up randomly and gave me coffee in the morning, or would help me find my helm and if I lost it.
How many times did you do that?
A lot. I was drunk often when I lived in the town he lived in. Everyone I knew died. A regiment of 600 men dead.
600
I watched him
men,
die.
600 men under my command.
The
There we
reference.
go.
The references. I like that the fist bump was featured on the battle map.
Yes.
That was the best.
The battle was the fist bump.
The battle was the fist bumps we made along the way.
But yeah, I will say before we end, you do see a statue of yourself. Probably the most accurate statue you've seen so far.
He even got his hairline right.
And you see, like later on, you see another statue of what you assume to be Hark
Yeah.
when he is older.
An older Hark that would establish a village.
Hark, an older
Yeah.
Hark.
Kind of like mid to late 20s Hark.
I would wonder what became of him, but obviously he did alright.
I mean, this statue is flattering to both of y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a pelvic thrust?
No, it's just, I mean, it's just a regal.
My cod piece
Nice.
is twice as big as it normally is by comparison. Like, just
But anyway, everybody, thank y'all for joining. I did mean to have a battle this session, but you know, things go how they go.
things do go how they go.
Again,
We have a doobie.
It is what it do be.
we don't think it's
if you can
What do they
donate
do?
to the ACLU or the Trevor Project or to St. Jude's, we'd be appreciative of that. Otherwise, please take care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is over there. And
Vote when it's time to vote in your location.
we voted yesterday and it turned out pretty well.
Yay!
So remember to vote. Remember, yeah.
Remember to keep your chin up.
Keep your chin up.
Tomorrow we'll be back with Shades. Maybe sometime this week we'll play a game. We don't know yet. I'm still trying to force Chris to play Bigfoot online.
I would like to play Bigfoot online,
I
but
heard Phasmophobia is getting an update at some point.
Can they make it less difficult to buy shit again?
I don't know.
can they make it less difficult just to play the game? I feel like the previous version was like really easy, and then they're just like, okay, we're just gonna make
Solo
it
play is almost impossible in the new update.
Yeah, so I hope they update it to where they balance it out a bit. But anyway, thank y'all for joining us. Once again, what you said, and also if you want to see more stuff from me and Hewitt, we do Backwards Obscura. We release every Tuesday. We do a horror / urban legend / paranormal podcast where we talk. It's us bullshitting with the side of paranormal, really.
It's an
Although I
excuse
will
for
say-
us to hang out.
It's a
I will
regular
say our
Tuesday.
Arlington episode was really good with you in it.
Oh yeah.
There's also Spence's podcast and Entity Killer Tales, which is a Monster of the Week campaign that he does. I believe you're in that.
Occasionally, yes.
Yeah, occasionally.
And
Yeah,
I'm Neysa does games. I play various games on the YouTubes.
and yeah, I will eventually do something on YouTube solo. I don't know. I'm going to talk about politics probably because my brain is cooked. But yeah, we're
Let it
gonna
cook.
just let it cook. Yeah. So y'all take it easy.
Hey, and since Knox is not here, don't let
it
your meat
cook.
loaf.
Let it bake.
Let the
don't
meatloaf
let it
bake.
flop around.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't-
Definitely
You
don't
don't
do
need
that.
plastic.
Just let it
Don't
soak.
use it- don't